Are we live? Well, what timing? I just sat down. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the morning show. I have received a package and I'm going to open it in a second. I'm curious to see what it is. It just says that it's from the U.S. Doesn't tell me where it's from. $21 to ship. All right. Well, guys, if you didn't know already, head over to Patreon. Patreon.com/Pantelis. That's where you get exclusive content such as the goddamn Poseidon run of the fucking universe right now. Everyone's signing up just to watch his stupid In Bed with Poseidon because he's got hookers on. In Bed with Poseidon is the highest, I guess, rated show of the weekend for the Pantelis podcast universe. In Bed with Poseidon is going big. People are asking for audio versions. People are asking for autograph sessions. They're asking for photos. They're asking to meet Poseidon's girlfriend/co-host. It might happen. We're going to see how crazy I go with this. It might fucking happen. Poseidon is smiling. Can they see you? Do you have the camera on you? No?
Yeah.
He is giggling like a schoolgirl. He's very excited. In Bed with Poseidon every Saturday at 4 p.m. This weekend, Saturday 6 p.m., we do have a new movie night. The movie we're going to watch is Problem Child. Because Poseidon's never watched Problem Child, and I think it's a good movie for him to watch. I was one of those kids. I was a goddamn little devil.
Yeah, I was a problem child too.
I was nicknamed Lucifer for a long period of time. I was setting stuff on fire. I was doing a lot of damage. So check that out. Our co-host with the mo-hosts. First, the bald man, Phil Balabinaus. Phil's got a podcast every Sunday. It comes out. It's called Fill My Hole. It is just as graphic as the title indicates. It comes out every Sunday at 8 p.m. That's when Curfew starts in Montreal, and that's when he decides to drop the podcast. Very smart, because you're locked in. What else are you gonna do? Head over to balbounce.com. Links in the description if you can't remember that. You can also hire Phil to do your commercial. Phil, world-renowned director and filmmaker. He also does movies and commercials. So if your business is struggling right now during these tough times, Phil's gonna give you a good deal, make you a good commercial, get people to come back into your business. On the other hand, we've got Jiggity George Chandrizos all the way from the South Shore of Montreal, Brossard. He is a hooligan. He runs the mean streets of Brossard, is the host of the Backstage podcast and Just Us Dads. The dad podcast that was made for moms. You can catch George at his website. Links in the description. George Chandrizos, good dude, bringing us the news. George, what kind of news you have for us today?
What's going on, boys?
We're good. We're happy. We're having a good time here. I'm gonna make sure my phone is off. I made it right on time.
In the morning.
Yeah, we're feeling good.
Yeah, what's up?
Get a knife. Open this. What is this?
I feel like I haven't seen you guys in like a minute and a half since I saw you in the corridor.
Yeah, I did see you in the corridor. By the way, I think the fact that you are in the same studio but refuse to come into this studio is disgusting.
Yep.
And I'm embarrassed.
I agree.
You should just be here.
But I explained it to Poseidon. There's not enough Clorox in the world to take the In Bed with Poseidon out of those walls.
Yeah, I can guarantee you Poseidon cleans these rooms and also never does anything questionable in these rooms because he is scared of me. So you don't
and the secret
worry.
camera we have in there.
And the secret camera we have in here. Yo, George, please tell me, because we need it, that you have some good news today.
There's a bunch of stuff. It's all over the place. I'll be bouncing pretty much everywhere. But a lot of stuff has happened since last Friday. We're gonna go over them one by one. Hopefully, we'll have time to cover everything. Some weird stuff, some frustrating stuff, and some general stuff, I guess. We're gonna start off right here in Quebec because there was an announcement yesterday, like every day basically. It's like our daily update of the coronavirus situation. So basically, the government, Mr. Legault came out and he said that he wants to support the families during March break. We've had that conversation here on the show before on whether or not it's a smart thing to have the March break now when we're putting in all these measures to kind of help flatten that curve and to find some sort of plateau.
We only have 2 weeks to flatten this curve, George. Only 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. We've been told 2 weeks since last March. We just have 2 weeks, guys. Come on, 2 weeks. It'll be over before we know it. But anyway, so he wants to accommodate the parents, especially the ones living in the red zones, because we know there are some regions that turned orange, and it's a lot more relaxed. But obviously, they're way too far for us to drive there. So for all the red zones, there will be certain alleviating measures that will come into place as of the 26th of February. So basically, the government will allow the reopening of movie theaters and certain indoor activities to restart.
Okay, so I saw that yesterday. They said we will be restarting indoor activities such as figure skating, swimming, but you can only swim if there's one other person there or you're a single family. How the fuck are pools going to manage?
Yeah, you have to be. It has to be part of the same bubble. So basically, it's we're not yet at organized sports, right? So the teams like figure skating, hockey practices, and all that stuff, that's still not allowed. But if you want to take your brother, your sister, and your mom and your dad to go skating, you will be allowed to. Same thing for theaters, but there's a controversy around the whole cinema thing, and we're going to get to that as well. But basically, the curfew is still maintained. At the same time, we're still monitoring very closely the variant cases in Quebec. There's currently a total of 86 cases that are being investigated. So there's a huge worry, especially with the British one, which is supposed to be a lot more, what's the word, contagious and deadly, basically. Let's get to the what people are calling already the popcorn gate. Because, like we said, the cinema owners are they're very upset because the government is allowing them to open, but they will only allow them to reopen until 7:30 because the curfew still stands up until 8, right? So, and in addition to that, they don't allow them to sell any food and drinks. So all the cinema owners now they're claiming that, you know, with limited showtime and with no food and drinks, there's no way that they can be profitable. So it won't make any sense to even reopen. So what the hell is the point? There's a meeting that is scheduled today, actually, between a representative of these people and the government to see if there's going to be a solution. But yeah, you're right. I mean, they won't be able to show late night movies, and a lot of the theaters don't open before 6 or 6:30. There's a lot of movie theaters that don't have matinees, or you know, they usually open for whatever showtime, 7 and 9. So if that's the case, they won't be able to open anyway. And for them, it makes no sense not to be able to sell any food and drinks. I mean, that's a huge part of their income as well. So yeah,
start selling drugs like the government.
But like, there's a lot of things that don't make sense. And I'm just gonna go away for a second here because we're reopening, you know, the pools, arenas, and the movies for family bubbles or whatever.
What about single people?
Well, that's your bubble, so technically you're allowed. You're
What
a
about
bubble
the
of one.
pornographic theaters?
So wait, are you saying that there could be a family of people, just like 8 people, go in the pool, and then I'm alone and I can't go? Well, you know, I'm
Sure
not
you
allowed
could,
to go.
'cause you're considered a bubble. You're one person in your
Yeah, but I
own
have to
bubble.
wait till they're done. It says you're allowed to have a bubble at a time. So if
No, I'm not
alone,
sure. No, I don't think. I don't think it's
No.
one at a time. You're going to be able to go. They're going to limit the number of people there in order to respect the social distancing. But let's say, for example, a pool that fits 100, maybe they'll let in 50 at a time or something like that.
okay,
or
because I'm
40 at a
saying that's not what that's not what Legault phrased yesterday. So perhaps he didn't phrase himself properly.
Well, how can you open a whole pool for just one family?
That's what
That
I was
doesn't make
saying.
any-
That's what I was complaining about.
No.
All
I think
he's doing is creating activities for parents to send their fucking teenagers off to. That's all he's doing.
But see,
Even the movie theaters. I can't believe I'm going to be the one to defend Legault here, but like Guzzo, for example, getting upset about how that's not how they make their money. We understand that. He's not opening you up so you can make money. He's using the movie industry as a way to entertain and to kind of placate parents.
He's tired of these kids starting fires, selling drugs, stabbing each other, teen pregnancy. He's tired of all that stuff.
We want to avoid all that stuff, obviously. But at the same time, don't forget the movie theater industry is still getting the government subsidies. No one's asking them to reopen, lose their subsidies, and take a loss. They're just being asked to reopen during weird hours, basically. Yeah, okay, we all know they make their money off of the fucking, what is it called? Not vending.
Concessions.
Concessions.
stand,
Thank you.
yeah.
And now they're being asked to make some concessions. Hey.
Look, they don't want to open up if they can't sell their overpriced popcorn.
Basically, because even on a $20 movie ticket, what's a movie ticket cost now? $15 almost?
Yeah, probably.
For like the IMAX vibrating asshole experience. Like, they're not making that much fucking profit off the tickets. They make their money off concessions.
Yeah, but here's the other question. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go away for a bit from the movie theaters.
Where are you gonna go?
Where you gonna go?
Close room, all doors are closed.
Yeah. No, but what I'm trying to say is that okay, you're opening up movie theaters, you're opening up pools, you're opening up arenas. What is going on with the restaurants? And what about gyms and the other like theaters, normal theaters?
I want gyms to be open. I want comedy clubs to be open.
Well, yeah, like within theaters, you have the comedy clubs, like any performance.
Those are after 8. As long as we have a curfew, they're not going to touch that stuff.
That's a good point. But I mean, they can always open earlier. They can have like, look, if your argument is let's open up these places so that we can keep the families busy during March break, then open up the theaters and have daytime shows.
Are you good? Would you pay money to go watch Pantelis scream racial epithets at 2 p.m. in the afternoon?
Yes.
I don't know. Personally, I'd
Poseidon's
go
got my
support
back.
him.
Poseidon knows how this business works.
What did he say?
Poseidon's got my back.
I missed it. No one heard him.
That's because you're deaf.
Okay.
He's on the rag today.
Quite the burn.
And and also restaurants. I mean, look, you're making all these things reopen, but with certain restrictions, right? I mean, arenas, only family bubbles, pools. I'm guessing only a certain number of people allowed.
Yeah.
Why aren't you reopening restaurants, man? I don't understand the restaurant thing.
Yeah, the restaurant thing is a little fucked up, George, but I know why. He's gone too far. They've gone too far. What are they going to do? Pull it back? They're going to be like, if you're pulling it back now, well, why'd you set it in place?
Well, here's the thing. I have a feeling that he's not going to be reopening these things just for March break and then closing them up again. I have a feeling that if he's reopening them now, it's so they can remain open afterwards. So he doesn't want to make that move for the restaurants because maybe he still thinks that after March break or whatever, there's an elevated risk over there. So he doesn't want to get into that. I have a feeling that movie theaters are going to remain open, and the arenas and the pools are probably going to stay open. Like, it would make no sense that you're reopening them for 1 week and then you're closing them again. Well, why would you do that? I don't know.
Look, I don't like any of this shit.
None of it makes any sense.
Yeah, I don't like any of this. I don't like that they're going to open stuff up, but there's still a curfew. That to me is insane.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what's going to happen? They're going to open stuff up and they're going to say, oh, look, more cases. It's the variant.
Look, hold on. I'm going to
again.
say something right now that a lot of people are probably thinking, but they haven't verbalized yet. You don't control everyone's schedule. Everyone's work schedule, school schedule is different. Let's say you're an adult right now. You are stressed out. You've been locked in for a year, and you just heard that movie theaters and swimming pools and all that stuff are open again. You're like, fuck, exciting. However, everything I have to do for work is in the day. When I'm allowed to be free, when shit should be open, will be after 8 when I'm done working. I can't. So in effect, I'm still stuck in my fucking house while my neighbors are able to frolic at 2 p.m. because we still have a goddamn curfew. So essentially, all the people that still work in the day, you're still locking them into this fucking terror hole of their own thoughts. You want to be stuck inside people's thoughts? Come on.
Okay.
Are the
No,
sunglasses like a staple of the morning show now?
Because I don't know what your schedule is. I don't know. I can't dictate for you. Like, oh, why don't you go watch a movie at 2 p.m.? Fuck, I don't know. Maybe you have meetings at 2 p.m. Maybe that's, your shift is the same as it used to be, just that you do it from home. So you can't take advantage of any of this. So you're still stuck in the house. You've been stuck in the house for a year. It changes nothing. This is bullshit.
I mean, no, he's absolutely right. Most people, their schedules haven't changed. If they were working 9 to 5, they're still working 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And he also said he's asking employers to be gentle on their employees. I mean, maybe the first 6 months of this pandemic, employers were like open to stuff, but they're not anymore. They don't give a shit. They just want shit done now. Why you take them off? I like them.
Because you talked about them too much, so you built them up too much.
I just asked about them.
No. You asked about them, Phil, and then you made it a big deal, and then people are going to think it's part of the morning show, and then everyone has to wear sunglasses, and then Poseidon's going to come in here with sunglasses, won't be able to see, he's going to hit himself, he's going to get injured, then me, as the employer, I'm going to have to pay CSST. You think I want to handle that shit? You think I got money now to just start spending on this guy's insurance? Come on. Fuck, Phil. Jesus Christ.
Phil, come on.
I mean, maybe this is my plan all along, because I wanted to see those pretty blue eyes.
Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you.
Very
this is
quickly,
a stupid
guys,
thing, George. Yeah, what are you going to say, George?
Yeah, no, go ahead. Finish.
I was going to say this is a stupid fucking thing. It's not well thought out. The goddamn curfew. Why are we not fighting the curfew? I am very against the curfew.
Yeah, I'm against the
There's
curfew
nothing to do-
also.
Yeah, well, look, I
don't
mean, at this point, and this is what we were saying when the curfew was first imposed, right? Like, we were saying how they come up with these things, and then eventually, with time, we all get kind of sensitized to them, and we don't even think about them anymore. Where this is where we are now. I mean, it's become like kind of a reality for us. Oh yeah, there's a curfew. Make sure you're home before 8. So I don't like that. I never did, and I just look forward to this whole thing just being fucking over.
Side story, George. I was coming here in the studio this morning, and it was red lights. I said, you know what? I'm gonna cut through the gas station. And as soon as I cut through the gas station, I
Nice.
see one of these black cop cars, and they
Yeah.
had stopped someone there. They were trying to do something, so I was like, "Oop, doo, just going to get some gas." And then I got out of the other exit, because they like if you cut through the gas
The
station, they
classic.
like stopping you. And I was all smiling. I was like, "Nah, I'm just. It looks suspicious, but no, I'm here for gas, just backwards. Don't worry, I got this."
Yeah, if you what was it? If you don't stop, they'll stop you. But if you stop,
You know what you gotta do? You gotta stop, pretend you're looking at the price, and be like,
Yes.
"This is unreasonable for gas," and then leave. And they stop
I've
you. You're like,
literally
"No,
come
sir,
to gas to
no,
avoid
sir.
it.
I wanted. I was a consumer of the gasolines."
and you have to roll down all your windows and yell it really loudly.
Yeah.
I've been stopped, guys. I don't know if I've told you this story. You know, the gas station corner of St. Lawrence and Jean Talon. There's I think it's a Petro-Canada, whatever it is.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was headed to work, and I was living in Parquet at that time. So I would take Jean Talon, and you can't turn left on St. Lawrence. You can't go north on St. Lawrence.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck this shit. So I pulled into the gas station.
You could take a left into the gas station.
Yeah, of course, because you pass the intersection.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
pass the then you can get in from the thing, the entrance of the gas station. So I pull up, and so there's a cop that stops me. So now, side story. This is when I had first started working in politics, and I had my pass for the Parliament pass with your picture. It says National
Oh,
Assembly.
I remember this.
So one of my colleagues that I work with, he's like, "What are you doing, man? This is like the best thing that could happen to you. Just flash it around." This guy was a huge, one of those big guys. He loved being like, he would just show that fucking card to everyone. He thought it gave him special privileges,
Oh no.
So he's like, "No, man, you get pulled over. This is a card, man. This is, this is like a, it's like it's gonna get you off. It's like your get out of jail card free. Get out of jail free card." So the cop pulls me over. She comes over. She's like, I'm like, "Okay, give me my paper." And then I'm like, "Should I do it? Should I not do it?" I'm like, "Fuck, let me just try it," So I hand over my license, the registration.
Here you go,
and I slap
peasant.
the card in the back. So I'm like, "Here you go, man." So she takes 2 steps. She comes back and she just whips it through the window. She's like, "I don't need this."
That's amazing.
Legend.
You know what?
She didn't even give it to me. She just threw it in the window. She's like, "I don't need this."
Amazing.
She walked
In
back,
your
I'm like,
honor, the next time I get stopped for anything, I will hand them a card, and they'll be like, "What the fuck is this?" I'll be like, "That is a limited edition Magic the Gathering trading card, sir." There's plenty more where that came from. Just play your cards right.
So yeah,
don't
so
need
I got
this.
screwed over there.
I'm just gonna show
Yeah.
them my tits, me.
It happens.
Let's move over to the U.S. and I want
Can't give
I'm
you.
gonna go.
They can't give you a ticket if they're blind. Bam. Yeah, George. What's next on the docket of news?
Just touch very quickly on the U.S. because, and I just don't want to dwell on this because I'm honestly tired of talking about this guy. But I think it's pretty important for us to mention it. Last Saturday, the Senate voted on Donald Trump's second impeachment hearing.
Undefeated.
Basically, well, it's not undefeated. It ended with a vote of 57-43 in favor of conviction. So they did get the majority, but for an impeachment, they need a 2/3 majority.
Yep.
So they needed 67 votes for it to pass. It didn't pass.
Again,
and that's like,
undefeated. This is hilarious.
It's
So
pretty
Trump
funny.
is a free man. But the thing,
You know what
the
he
interesting
reminds
thing
me of right
is that-
now? Mr. Magoo. You remember the cartoon Mr. Magoo? Like, no matter what would happen, he couldn't see. There's stairs, people, everything's exploding around him, but he would always escape unscathed. That's how I feel about Trump. He's going in there like, "We're gonna fucking get you this time. You're going down." He's like, "We'll see," and it's just never. It's hilarious.
It's amazing.
I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't follow this because honestly, I'm just tired of this whole situation. But I read very quickly, like his lawyers did a horrible job. Like it was just botched. He still managed to win, even though there were 7 Republicans that voted along with the Democrats. It wasn't enough for them to impeach him.
This guy.
But now Nancy Pelosi announced that she's going to launch.
Did you call her
an
Nazi
independent
Pelosi?
Investigation.
You're not too
Nancy
far off.
Pelosi.
Nazi Pelosi. That's a good one, George. You just came up with a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
What did I say?
Nazi Pelosi.
You know what you said.
You said Nazi Pelosi,
Yeah.
I did not see that coming. That's a good one.
Nice.
Yeah.
So she's going to launch an independent investigation on everything that happened on January 6th on the attack on Capitol Hill. I'm not sure.
That's what we're
where
still
she's
calling
going.
it, the attack on the Capitol.
Yeah. So I'm not sure where she's headed with this, but whatever.
Oh, I'll tell you, we're
That's
wasting
weird.
people's time and
I,
money.
I just want us to move on. I don't want to talk about Donald Trump anymore, and I don't want to talk about U.S. politics. Honestly, it's gone.
Let's talk
So-
about the Benadryl challenge instead.
What's the Benadryl challenge?
What is that?
Fucking Generation Z just proven that the meek will inherit the earth. They're taking Benadryl and getting fucking high and then posting it on TikTok.
What's bad about that?
What the fuck is wrong with these kids, man? Remember
not
that-
gonna
remember
answer.
when they were-
What's bad about that?
remember-
It's better than Tide Pods. They're not dying. Let them get high.
Sorry, what are they
That's
doing?
what
This is the same generation who was eating Tide Pods, so let's remember that.
All right, yeah. But the ones that survived from the Tide Pods, they're moving up to Benadryl. They're fighting their allergies.
Darwinism. Is that what you're saying? Like the strongest survived the Tide Pods. They've culled the herd.
Nothing gets me high anymore ever since I swallowed those Tide Pods. I need Benadryl.
They're so dumb.
fuck.
So dumb.
You know what I was thinking
All right,
of?
let's-
I was thinking of
Go ahead.
this morning. I was taking a shower and I was thinking of crack. I was thinking of the first person to do crack, to make it and do it right, was he like the most courageous person? Like that's a weird thing to be like. This isn't gonna kill me.
You know what it was, bro? It was people taking shit in the kitchen, experimenting.
No, but wasn't crack like a cocaine? Like it was made from cocaine, no?
Cocaine.
Yeah.
You
But the first person to make crack and like you have to have, it's like the first person, like you have to ask questions about the first person that did it. You know what I mean? Because how do you know it's not gonna kill you? You don't know what the fuck you're doing.
No, I'm pretty sure the second person was probably more dumb. The first person was
This-
like, "Well, this tracks. I made this. It's a crystal. I'm gonna inhale it."
The second
gonna
person
be
was like,
fine.
"This guy's a fucking scientist in the hood." But it's
Yeah,
so
hood scientist.
in the kitchen whipping.
it's the same thing. Like the first person you always have to ask questions. The first person that ever milked a cow, all that you have to ask questions of these people's
There I
intentions.
have questions.
You have to ask questions. No, but
Yes.
George, you know what I'm talking about because there was a guy for sure that someone caught him on the farm sucking,
What the fuck
cow
are you
titty.
doing, Herb?
Like, what are you doing, Herb? Yeah, and he's like, this is delicious.
If it's okay for the calf, I figured that maybe it's good for us.
Yeah, maybe it's you know what I'm saying.
But that's logical. But that's logical because you're seeing nature, like you're seeing the,
Is
the
it?
calf drinking milk. You're like, okay, maybe there's something there. Let's see. But how do you make stuff? Like, how do you come up with honey?
Yeah, well, you don't.
No
We
one
don't, we don't
made
make honey.
George.
We steal
just
honey.
Cultivated.
We steal
No,
honey. We
but
don't make honey.
have
We
to
steal it from the bees.
use-
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, but like, how do you think? Let me go in there and see
Yeah,
what
you
the
see a
hell they're
bunch
up
of
to.
bears fucking just like blah 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 blah
We-
eating the
yeah,
honey.
yeah.
You're like, maybe that's delicious.
No, what we are, yeah, we've done. We're pretty courageous for stupid things. You're like,
Like, what
there's
about coffee?
bees, there's honeys.
Coffee?
Yeah, like coffee. How do you?
Yeah,
how do you
coffee's
think?
a complex
Let me take the
process. You gotta
grain.
roast it.
Yeah.
So George, what you're getting at, if I can paraphrase
Well,
your
flour,
your
like, to make
namesake,
bread. So
George
who comes up with
Tsoukalos.
flour? Like, how do you make flour? You know, like the first guy is, okay, we're gonna take wheat and we're gonna fucking I don't know whatever, however you make flour.
You don't know how they make flour, George?
You know how
They
we
mill it.
You know what he's saying, right?
Yeah.
He's mimicking his namesake, George Tsoukalos. Aliens.
Aliens.
Taught us these things.
Oh,
That's what they
George,
say.
do me a favor. Take off your headphones and your hat and just stay like this for a second so someone can screen grab it and add Giorgio Tsoukalos'
oh wait,
hair.
hold on. I have
Alien.
a question.
Yeah.
Who?
If the aliens taught us this,
Yeah,
who taught the aliens?
Other aliens.
other aliens.
And then who taught those aliens?
So on and so forth.
But then how did the first alien learn all this?
He had a lot of free time.
Time travel.
He was laid off. He had a lot of free fucking time.
He's on the Serb.
He got fired.
He got fired. He's like, that cow looks kind of sexy. Let me suck on those tits. And then everything, he's like, cheese, and all kinds of things happened. He became a beloved alien. By the way, I want to take this moment to let people know that the package I received was from Flat Cat, one of the diehard Pantelis Universe fans. Sent in
Panteligans.
some custom Pantelis Live keychains that
Show me that.
come with a little microphone on them. You see that little podcast microphone on there?
Looks like a little condom.
Yeah, and then
That's very
you can
cute.
put it on your keys, and there's a little microphone, and you don't lose your keys. And
pretty
I got
awesome.
a lot of them here. Yeah, she sent them over with love from I believe Boston. So who knows? Perhaps we'll be doing some kind of giveaways because a lot of them really cool.
From where?
Really-
I'm taking one.
from Boston. She's from Boston, I think.
Oh, that's wicked nice. I didn't do a good accent
wicked
there at all.
awesome.
Wicked nice.
She's wicked
keychain.
smart, and she has a nice little picture
Wicked
here
smart.
of her adorable little dogs, Curly Whirly and Winky Peanut. Very nice. Very nice.
Winky peanut.
I love those names.
Yeah. So very cool. Thank you, Flat Cat.
Is Flat Cat in the chat?
Flatcat might not be in the chat this morning, but she'll hopefully see this later. I will send her a message thanking her. It's really nice stuff.
It's very nice. It's very nice of her. Or
So
him.
far,
Him?
since we moved studios, I gotta say, we have not received. Yeah, it's a she, Jessica. So far, we have not received any death threats.
That's good.
It's been a good year. So death threats are down. Not an email, they're still there. Email, they still get in.
Oh, they are?
But physical packages, no death threats, which is good. And we've received a lot of gifts. So I feel like overall, we're shifting.
You used to get those. You used to get those at the old studio.
Gifts, not that many. Once, twice, we'd get nothing. Most of them, they would get lost, which is why I'm glad that I moved from there. Every fucking time people would send shit, the package would get lost.
Yeah, it was that stupid mail situation downstairs.
Bro, that mailman though, the Pure Later mailman over there. Do you remember that time when I scared the shit out of him? He had lost a package, or he was fucking around with a package at my house, and my house was on the other side of the neighborhood. But it was the same Pure Later guy that would, I guess, have the entire neighborhood. So I yelled at him in the morning, and then in the afternoon I had a podcast. And he shows up, rings the bell. Dude, his face, when I open the door, I go, what the fuck, you again? He's like, I brought this. And it was the funniest thing. I yelled at him twice in the same day. But the second time, I only yelled at him because I continued my yelling from the first time. He didn't deserve to get yelled at, but he was so shocked.
So
he just
funny,
took it.
You just weren't done.
Yeah. But then the payback happened like a year later when I got that new computer for editing. It was like fucking, just to bring it up the stairs, the guy's like, what is this? I go, that's a computer. It's not a computer. You couldn't carry that thing. When I had to move, I got Poseidon to help me out. It was insane.
By the way, that thing is like lifting a
old
boulder.
studio was
It's like
great.
lifting a boulder,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, that's heavy.
The old studio was great for random encounters in that crazy stairwell.
Yeah, it was very creepy.
Like that time I thought Sugar Sammy was my, he was coming to do your show and I thought he was my Uber guy.
Oh yeah, you thought he was bringing you food.
I just wasn't paying attention. I'm like, where the fuck's my food? He's like, what? I was like, wait, this guy looks familiar.
That's so fun.
I like the new studio. We have space here. It's good. If it wasn't for the landlords fucking with us, this would be a perfect spot.
I yelled at the.
It was a fun spot. I mean, it served its purpose and we had good times there.
I didn't yell, but like I spoke to the Canada Post guy the other day about our situation.
About our situation.
You know what I mean?
And he gave him attitude.
Yeah, I gave him a bit of attitude, and he.
You shouldn't have given him attitude. I mean, it's just I don't like that. Sometimes
he started the attitude, by the way.
Oh really?
Yes.
What did he say?
Yeah, about
the face mask.
Yeah.
Oh, he told you to put on your mask.
Yeah, he goes, put on your face. He's starting to give me attitude. And then I go to him, well, like, instead of worrying about face masks, why don't you do your job and drop off the packages where they're supposed to be dropped off?
Good. I like that.
Why? Where do you leave it?
Well, over the weekend, I found one of my packages downstairs in the lobby.
Really?
Yeah.
That wasn't him. He said that's the other guy.
Oh, yeah, that's an excuse. It wasn't me. Yeah.
Look, I don't know.
I mean, I buy that excuse if it was the weekend guy, because I've met the weekend guy. He's not all right.
Well, neither's this guy. This guy's fucking.
This is the same guy who showed up and said, "I have a delivery, but you have to come to my van." I was like,
Yeah, it's that guy. Yeah.
Like, I don't understand.
He refuses to bring. He didn't want to bring papers upstairs last time. It was too heavy for him to bring papers.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he doesn't do his job. This guy. Fuck
Delivering
this guy.
paper. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Anywho, back to the
Canada
news,
Post.
George.
All right, guys, we're gonna come back to our friend Mamadi Kamara. He's been
Kamara.
everyone's talking about him. He's been getting everyone's sympathy, and rightfully so, because he
He did nothing.
He did nothing, unfortunately, and he suffered
Yeah.
6 days in jail. And
What kind of jail was
given
this?
the circumstances, it was probably violent. I mean, imagine the cops thinking that you're the one that attacked another cop. I mean, it can be pretty.
Was
So,
he raped in prison, George?
I don't know if he was raped in prison. I doubt it. But
Was he cavity searched?
Was he beaten up?
But that's for sure that he was roughed up, because they destroyed his house, and he had bruises on his face from what his lawyers say.
Oh,
So,
this is gonna be a good lawsuit.
anyway,
This is the
well,
lawsuit that I
see,
support,
here's
not
the
that
thing, like,
Supreme
if
Court
this was-
bullshit that they're trying to find my buddy for a fucking joke. I'm on to you, you sons of bitches.
here's the thing.
Carry on.
One, we still don't know who did it. Like, they still haven't found the guy that actually attacked the cop.
We're getting sued.
Secondly, the other thing I don't understand is, look, one thing's for sure. This Mamadi Kamara guy is probably a very nice guy, because if this had happened to me, the minute I would be out of jail, I'd be suing. The minute, actual, like.
Yeah, but George, you're the white devil.
But so this guy is playing it really like, okay, let's see, okay,
No.
dude,
A smart
fucking
person,
sue
the
their ass,
second
man.
he
What do you
walks
wait-
out-
A citizen, though.
No, the second he walked out,
what?
the first thing is like, where are the Jews? I am hiring all of you. We're taking the government down. Let's do this.
No, man, he should
anyway.
sue them, but they're making him a permanent resident as if that's going to solve anything.
Wait,
Well,
is
that's
that
what
what they're
I'm
saying? They're saying, don't sue us. We're going to make you a resident.
Yeah, they're giving him a certificat de sélection.
Take it and then sue them.
Yeah.
As a resident, I am suing my
This
government.
is the point I was trying to make. So there were motions that were made both in Canada and in Ottawa pressing the federal government to grant him permanent residency because he's still here on a student visa, basically. So over at Quebec, it happened through Catherine Fournier. She used to be a PQ MNA. Now she sits independently. She withdrew from the party, so she made that motion. And in Ottawa, it came from the Bloc Québécois. Basically, the federal immigration minister, the way it works is that he could use his discretionary power to grant an immigration status based on humanitarian or compassionate considerations.
Or we done fucked up reasons.
Yeah.
What?
Or the reason being our bad.
Oops.
Sorry about that.
But it's not the federal government's fault. Like, I mean, they have nothing to do with this. They're just, riding the wave of compassion, I guess. I don't know. But so they're looking into this. So like I said, he's here under a student visa. It's ending in May. Technically, student visas, I mean, they're easily renewable. There shouldn't be a problem. So obviously, they're doing this just to show compassion. It's a kind of a way for them to apologize for what happened and everything that he went through. Quebec did state that if Ottawa grants him the permanent residency, that they would automatically provide him with a Quebec selection certificate, which pretty much makes him maybe not a citizen, because obviously you're not a citizen.
A resident.
Yeah, you're a permanent resident with all the rights.
You can pay all the taxes, but you can't vote.
Oh, well, does it even better for him, but I just want him to sue. I demand justice. I don't have pity for the guy. I demand justice for the guy. He's a human fucking being, and if I was in his shoes, I wouldn't like to be in that position.
Seriously.
Wrongfully accused and beaten by a street gang.
Everyone is taking this subject so delicately. They're afraid because they know that if this guy sues, they're in such trouble. Like, I don't even know how it works. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know what he could claim. But if I were him, I don't know. There's no way I would have waited this much. Like, honestly, guys, within the first
they're
minute,
making him panic. That's why they're making him scared. He needs good friends. He needs people like me to prop him up and motivate him.
Yeah, that's what he needs.
To crush
You're
the
right.
government. What?
Crash you.
No, but for real though, he needs friends that'll motivate him. I think the people around him are just scared. Oh, you're not fully legal yet. Oh, they're all panicking. Trust me.
There's nothing to do. Who cares?
Exactly.
It's the immigrant mentality.
It's the immigrant mentality.
they're
I don't want to
worried.
rock the boat. You will rock the boat,
exactly.
sir.
And naturally,
don't tip the boat
have
over.
all these. It wouldn't surprise me if there's all these, because from the very beginning, he's had 3 different lawyers. Like, there's 3, unless he has a team of lawyers.
What are the lawyers'
but
names?
I've seen 3 different lawyers come
What
up
names?
To talk on his behalf. So I'm like, what the hell's going on over there?
What are the names of the lawyers?
Everyone wants in.
What are the names of the lawyers?
It's a high-profile case, and you know how it is. So, anyways, I hope things work out for him. Obviously, things have worked out for him. He's no longer in jail. But I honestly, I don't know what he's waiting for. Anyway.
Maybe he's formulating some kind of master plan, waiting for them to just do all the things he needs them to do that he wanted anyways, and then he's going to get them.
This is the deal he should make. He should get a top lawyer. Perhaps, I don't know if Julius Gray it's more for like freedom of speech stuff, Mike's lawyer, but another top-ass lawyer, okay? And tell the lawyer, listen, I am a student, immigrant, who is an Uber driver. Clearly, I don't have enough to pay the exuberant salary that you demand. However, this is the deal.
Yes.
50-50 split. Let's go get whatever the fuck we can get. We get $5 million, you're getting 2.5. A smart lawyer right now would take that because this is an open and shut case. No case is really open and shut, but as far as cases go.
I'm not sure.
There's video evidence.
I'm not sure
It's
if you're
pretty
allowed
open
to do
shut.
that, though.
Huh?
I'm not sure if you're allowed to do that.
You're allowed to do that. I'll pay you. Yeah, I'll pay you.
Are you?
Yeah, because basically what the lawyer could say is, okay, you pay me whatever you can pay me at the end, but he has an agreement, so he doesn't get fucked over. He goes, in trust, whatever we get, you're going to get 50 or 30 or whatever percentage it is. They agree that a good lawyer would do that. That's a fucking payday for that. Even if it's in court for 3 years, you're getting a couple $1 million. Pff.
In 3 years, 2.5 million, bro.
Yeah, what an investment. Invest in Mamadi Kamara for the future. I like this guy.
Let's move over to Air Canada. Last week we spoke about the federal government approving the purchase and how Pierre-Carl Perlado was fucking banging his head on the wall, thinking that I lost an opportunity. Why are you rejecting my offer? Why don't you want to meet with me? Blah blah blah.
People send me messages about him because you spoke about him last podcast. Because I don't really know the guy. A lot of French Canadians send me messages about like how he's a loser, but I don't. But it's like I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck this guy looks like.
Yeah, don't look him up. You'll be disappointed. But anyway, there's an interesting twist of events because the deadline that was settled for the transaction to happen was the 15th of February.
Okay.
The 15th of February obviously passed.
Yep.
They did not make a deal because they're still waiting on a decision from the European Commission to approve the purchase, because apparently it's not only in Canada. I don't know why Europe has something to do with it, but
Wait,
whatever.
Isn't Air Transat a Canadian company?
It's a Canadian company, but I don't know if
We're
is
letting
it
these
standard?
goddamn Europeans decide.
I don't know. It has to go through all these different commissions. I don't know
This
how
is
that industry
bullshit.
works, to be honest.
This is bullshit, first of all right? You're lucky you're not fucking speaking German because of us. And now you're going to fucking decide what we can buy and sell. I demand justice.
Because of us.
I demand justice.
What do you mean?
I demand
us?
justice.
Canada?
Canada and the U.S., yeah, boy. What
I
you
don't know
think?
if we can take that much credit.
We
for
can
the
take
World
that much
Cup
credit.
German.
On
Okay, let's
D-Day.
take it.
Yeah.
So anyway, so
The
there's
North.
still there's
Also,
still no news from the
Canadians.
European.
But sorry to
there's
cut
still-
you off, George.
Yeah, go ahead.
Canadians, just a known fact, during World War II, were some of the most successful soldiers.
Fierce.
Were fierce. Wouldn't give up easily.
A lot of them Quebecers. They were like, fuck these people.
Yeah, they were very, very strong. So Canadian soldiers did help a lot in World
They
War
did,
II.
they did, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm serious.
Fair enough.
Carry on.
Cool. All right. So yeah. So we're still waiting for the decision for the European Commission. So what that means now, because the deadline has passed, both parties had made an agreement. In the agreement, they had said that if we don't make it to that deadline, we reserve the right to extend it. Right now, Air Canada has refused to extend it, which is strange.
Night
So
Shyamalan.
I'm
Strange.
not sure exactly what that means. I don't know if they're going to back down. Technically, the deadline is done, so they don't have to go forward with it if they don't want to. And it also leaves the door wide open for new offers to come in. So the question remains now, is Air Transat going to turn and, meet with Pelado finally, because they hadn't met him yet? I read certain things where they report rumors that he's ready to offer $5 a share, which is exactly what Air Canada has offered. Air Transat is like, well, why are you matching the price? Do you want to do something better for us to consider you? So I don't know. There is talk about Pelado meeting with the executives of Air Transat to see if they can, come to some agreement.
Really?
But it's just strange that Air Canada didn't extend the deadline, because they've been fighting this for over a year now.
Very
or
sketchy.
almost close to a year.
Breaking news, George. I just received breaking news.
Mhm.
It's breaking sports-related news in Australia. The Australian Open is underway, and Rafa
Are you talking
Nadal,
about Tsitsipas winning Nadal?
yeah, was 2 sets up, and he came back and knocked out Nadal, and he's going to semifinals. Stefanos Tsitsipas, a well-known Ajax Athens fan. Happy for him. Go get it, kid.
Yeah. It happened. It happened last night. I saw it early this morning.
What a last name, fuck.
Tsitsipas.
Tsitsipas.
Terrible.
Sorry, George. I was
He's
just
also-
very excited for the kid.
He's also an avid YouTuber. This guy. He
He's-
puts up video.
He puts up videos. He likes the same soccer team I like. It's a good kid. It's a good kid.
Yeah.
He swears
So,
a lot.
Enes,
It's good.
that's what's happening with Air Transat. Very strange. I'll be monitoring the situation to get back to you guys on that, because I don't know. I just don't understand. Like, you're involved in this huge transaction, and suddenly you're like, screw the deadline. We'll just yeah, let's risk it.
Doesn't make a lot of sense.
It doesn't
I
make any
don't
sense at all.
find it so crazy that another country can decide what our businesses are doing.
I don't know if it's some sort of agreement between the airlines or in the aerospace industry. I don't know. I don't know how it works. Maybe someone
No
in the
idea.
chat knows, but apparently it has to get the approval. The same way that it had to get the approval from the federal government over here, because obviously they're
The rules of
they're-
monopoly.
Not the rules of monopoly. It's just that they're under Canadian legislation or jurisdiction. So I'm guessing maybe the government had to do this, go through this procedure. But Europe, I don't know. Anyways, whatever.
No
That's not the
idea.
point. The point is that they passed the deadline, and Air Canada is not renewing it or postponing it. So I don't know.
It's
Let
very
me get-
strange.
Let me get on to something that I think Pantelis will probably appreciate, and actually all of you, because we've had this conversation about cancel culture and all this shit that is happening in our universities, where teachers have been fired for certain thing that they've said. There's a journalist that was fired because she mentioned a title of a book that obviously maybe today would never have been published, but it was
The title was
published,
"Fuck these bitches."
it was published decades ago. So there is a petition that has been launched on the side of the National Assembly of Quebec,
Okay.
requesting for universities to regain their liberties and protect the teaching freedoms.
I'm for this.
So basically, they want to return to a teaching environment where teachers can freely research and transmit their knowledge, without being targeted by any cancel cultures or
That's how it should
political
be.
correctness. And here's the good thing, because these petitions, they're pretty frequent. People go online, they start a petition, and they get their network to get on board and to sign them, hoping that there's an M&A that will sponsor the petition and table it in the House and to take it to the further steps. Very rarely does it happen, but this time around, the petition has been accepted and even sponsored by the PQ M&A. His name is Sylvain Gaudreau. You may remember him because he was in the race for the leadership of the PQ. He lost,
I don't remember
he's,
him, but okay.
So this guy not only is planning on officially tabling the motion, but he's also planning on promoting it as much as possible so that he can reassure that it is passed.
What's the motion?
No, it's a petition. So there's a petition.
I mean, what's the petition? That's what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what the text of the petition is. I didn't go read it, but basically it's to make sure that universities maintain their academic liberties, so that they can be able to teach and not being canceled and all that stuff. So the interesting thing about the situation is that Premier Legault, over the weekend, he made this huge post on Facebook saying that, recently there's this small group of radicals that have and continue to push too far. And it's time to stand up to them and make sure that under no circumstances should our freedoms be trampled. It's this huge fucking text. And
Coming from him and he set up a curfew, it's kind of hypocritical. Carry on.
It is.
Yeah. So anyway, basically he claimed that his government will closely look into this petition if ever it gets passed and if ever it gets tabled.
What's his argument? He's like, we all need to be free between the hours of 5 a.m. and 8 p.m.
No, but I think it's a huge step. And I don't know if you guys remember, we had spoken about this when the University of Ottawa fired a teacher because of some statements that she said, and Quebec mobilized to support the teacher. It was this huge
I
thing
remember this
here in Quebec.
Yeah,
so
I
Quebec
remember.
is a little bit, they're not running, on a parallel with everything else going on in Canada or maybe even the U.S. They're kind of the countercurrent. I think they're on the right track. I don't think that we should be counseling teachers or journalists or whatever the fuck they may be for stuff they say, as long as it doesn't incite hatred or violence. So this is an interesting position that Quebec is taking on this issue, and it appears that even the opposition parties are pretty much on board as well. So it's going to be interesting.
There was even that teacher a few weeks ago who got recorded on a Zoom call. I think it was like last month. Lost his job because he mispronounced someone's name. It was this whole thing, like, it didn't make any sense. Even the other students came out in his defense, but the kid who recorded it was on the warpath, so lost his job for no reason.
It's so stupid, man, honestly. Like, you have an 18-year-old that comes up and cancels, like, this professional that's been doing this job for whatever, 20, 30 years.
Look, there are instances when just because you're 18 and that person is 50, it shouldn't come into play at all. Like, there are instances where things happen and they should be called out, right?
I don't care about the age, yeah.
But at the same time, like, you see, I've been seeing a lot of articles lately about how Generation Z, like, I know I brought it up earlier too, they have the spending power, they control what marketing brands decide, they control the news cycle because they're the main consumers, right? And the main spenders. But at the same time, this is a generation of fucking, I'm sad. Like, we were not as, technically me and Pantelis and you and even Poseidon were in like 3 separate generations, right? Right? Is that right?
How are we in 3 separate generations? We went to school together.
The millennials are what, 80s, 90s?
Aren't you like a Gen Xer?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I don't even know what the brackets are. Like, what is that?
I think
that's what an old man would say.
82.
Before 82 is what?
You're Gen Xer.
No, what's it called? Gen X?
Yeah, Generation X, Generation Y, Generation Z. Like, is Poseidon Gen Z?
Poseidon pulled it up. Poseidon, tell us.
I'm a millennial. I've searched
are
this
you?
up before.
Yeah, he's a millennial, yeah.
What's a millennial? So that's
Poseidon.
what.
He was born in 2004.
And what's Y and what's
What?
Z?
No, he wasn't.
All right, Poseidon.
Hold on.
Poseidon, give us the figures.
Yeah, give us the brackets. Even though they're not science,
Okay.
they're not set in stone.
Yeah, they're not set in stone. There's it starts with traditionalists or silent generation, born 1945 and before.
Okay, that's George. Yeah,
Then
go
you
next.
Then you have the baby boomers, 46 to 64.
Okay.
Then you got Gen
boomers.
X, which is the 65 to 76.
Oh,
Then you got
okay.
millennials or Gen Y, which is 77 to 95.
that's too big of a gap.
So millennial and
not
Y
really.
is the same thing.
Millennial
No,
and Y
X.
can't be the same thing.
Oh yeah. Why?
Yeah, Gen Y.
And millennials are the same thing.
Yeah.
But we hate you.
You're a millennial.
My generation, no.
Yeah, you are.
86.
Yes,
you
you are.
you didn't even grow up in the fucking dude in the 90s. You were a baby in the 90s. You don't know anything about the
I'm
90s.
born in 93.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So by the time you're able to
So
tell
I'm the last of a breed.
you're not even part of my breed. What are you talking about?
Of course I am, bro.
No,
I'm
you're not.
born in- yeah.
You grew up in the 2000s, bro. You were playing Yu-Gi-Oh and you had lasers and shit like that. You didn't
No
grow up the
pods
same
for
way I did.
Poseidon.
No,
Yeah.
obviously I didn't.
That's what I'm saying. We hate you. That's why you guys complain about everything your generation because you're soft.
No, here's the thing,
What?
guys.
We
hold
went
on.
through goddamn 9/11.
Wait, hold on.
I went through
back up.
9/11 too, bro. Hold
No, you
on,
didn't.
bro.
You were too young to go through 9/11. To you, you don't know what the fuck's going on.
Well, go back to the
I had to
brackets.
see it
So
happen.
80s,
I had to call those Arabs and tell them to go into planes. It wasn't easy. Took months to orchestrate this.
So what's
I didn't see that
millennial
one
and
coming.
Y is the same thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then
And
you
that's
have,
what-
The
what
millennial
bracket is
generation,
that?
I mean, the millennial generation is super misunderstood because the baby boomers think
But
we're
hold
all
on.
Gen Z age,
and then there's
and
last.
the Gen Z kids think we're boomers. Like, because we're such a big area and so much changed in the world during those 20 years.
I'm starting a civil war against these sons of bitches. I don't like them.
What the fuck?
They always
You're
complain.
fighting. You're not
I'm
even
always
fighting Gen
complaining.
Z, Padilla. You're fighting the younger millennials.
So what's,
I don't like
okay,
'em.
what's X and Z now?
Z is
No,
the generation after.
Z is
I
90,
think they're
96
born-
to be
What?
defined. TBD, to be defined.
It's not even. We have to kill them all to define them. From 90
So-
to anybody born 1990 and up. Is that it? Or 92 you said?
96.
99. It says
96 and up is what?
Gen Z. Gen Z, yeah.
So wait, do we hate millennials or Gen Z? Who are the people
We
that
are
keep complaining?
millennials.
It's
Technically,
Gen Z
we are
hate.
millennials.
So George, you were born in 1942. What are you talking
It's
about?
Gen
But
Z
who's,
we hate.
wait, who's the ones that are complaining?
Gen Z.
Gen Z.
So the millennials are not the
TikTok
ones
generation.
complaining?
Well, the millennials are the ones complaining, but they're only complaining to Generation X.
So you're telling me I've been stabbing people for no reason?
Yes.
Jesus Christ. I've been stabbing the wrong people. That doesn't make sense though. 92 till now?
No, 96.
But even that doesn't make sense because till now, that means if somebody was born last year, they're in that group, they didn't do anything wrong.
No,
I mean-
they didn't yet.
This is
So
I don't know.
so
I don't
Z
know how
ends
this
where?
Hasn't
doesn't
ended
say
yet.
Hasn't
It
ended.
hasn't ended.
That's
I
weird
guess.
though. It's been
And
24
when Does
years.
it start again? Sorry, when does it start again?
I don't know. George, you have a lot of questions. You're such a
2000.
fucking...
I'm interested to know what the hell's going on here. I want to know, like,
Look,
who
they're
falls
not
in that
real
category?
things, right? These are
I
not
understand.
tangible
I understand.
groups.
It's whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's past 2000 are Z.
Yeah, something like I think, George, you fall into what's considered an Xennial. Like, you're almost Generation X, but you also a millennial technically, but you remember the world before the internet?
No, because X is until 77, 76, around there. What do you
There's
say?
no way it can start that earlier. You can't be a millennial if you're born in the 70s. And now... but
He said
yeah,
X
so-
ends in 77.
Here, George gave it to us in the chat. Generation X, 66 to 76.
There you go.
Y, born 77 to 94. That's us. That's the millennials.
We're still on
What
this.
year are you born, George?
We're still on this,
It
guys.
is.
88?
81.
Oh, 81. I was like 88.
Bro,
Doesn't you?
George is prehistoric, bro.
Yeah.
No,
He,
man.
he roamed
Yeah,
he
well,
roamed the earth when the dinosaurs.
There you
were
go.
around,
Alberto
bro.
just said it. Tyrannosaurus George is an Xennial. But the thing is, like, I'm 86 and I remember the world before the internet. It's not that bizarre. Like, I played outside instead of like I mean I had consoles and stuff to play with. Like I think we had a ColecoVision even.
Coleco. Yeah.
What just happened?
What the hell's going on?
My asshole came out.
What?
No, it's a joke.
The asshole in you escaped or your asshole escaped?
My rectum came out of my asshole is what I wanted to say. No, it's a joke because I
You
sneezed.
prolapsed.
Yeah, I prolapsed, bro.
Ugh.
You have a prolapse
What are you
on
talking about? You like that?
This
Oh
is
my
what
God.
Poseidon's asshole looks like, guys. Like this.
Some coffee stains.
Yeah.
Yours is about to
He
become
takes
larger.
it Gwyneth Paltrow style. That's how he injects his coffee.
Ooh.
You remember when she was doing that?
Yeah, classic This Just Thing episode.
Yeah. You put coffee beans up your anus. It's like, God damn, you got way too much free time.
One
Gwyneth.
of her candles exploded a few weeks ago.
The vagina candles.
Yeah, I remember reading something. One of those vagina goop candles.
How did
just-
you guys follow this shit, man?
Do you
What's
remember?
going on?
She had a candle that she was selling, and this was her marketing. It smells like my vagina. And then a lot of people were like, why would we want a candle that smells like a fucking trash can? Like, this is crazy. But she still sold it. And then one of them exploded like her vagina.
She's got that bomb pussy.
Yeah. One of them actually
Did you
exploded.
just say that bomb pussy?
How does a candle explode?
Well, I don't know.
How does a
but
candle
maybe
explode? Like,
something
what was
her
in that?
vagina is
I don't know.
explosive.
In order to make the smell of her vagina, they needed sulfur. They needed all kinds of... Like, what the fuck? And how do you advertise that it smells like my vag?
Wow, it smells just like my vagina. How did you? Oh, that's
a lot of
plastic
spoiled
explosive.
bananas
It
up
gave it
there,
that
huh?
little-
Okay, let's see how many followers she has on Twitter.
A lot. Millions, bro. Gwyneth Paltrow.
Really?
I guarantee you, at least 2% of people that follow her
Bought vag candles.
For sure.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
have-
for sure.
Yeah, you have one
She
of
even
those.
had that whole series on Netflix.
Bro, Belle Delphine, that fucking Twitch streamer girl that now she's doing OnlyFans and shit, sold her bathwater. You remember that shit?
Yeah.
Bro, people bought her bathwater, bro. You tell me somebody as famous as Gwyneth Paltrow, she sells vagina scented candles. They're not gonna. People aren't gonna buy them, bro.
I see where you're going with this, and I like where you're going. I'm gonna stop taking showers. I'm gonna start taking baths, and we're gonna start bottling that shit up.
Fuck yeah, I'm down.
Oh,
Patreon
Mine
exclusive.
just smells like shit.
Yours just smells like shit. You just take shits in bathtubs. Poseidon, you're supposed to bathe. Who in the what now?
Yeah.
It's just like little flecks of
No, but
shit
it's
and
good for
black
your
curly
skin.
hairs.
You should have the exclusive package. It's the bath water of both you and Poseidon together.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Well, you
No,
just
no.
use it
Yeah,
to
Can't,
take
we
a
can't
bath
cross
and they mix
streams.
it.
No.
You
That's
have to
disgusting.
Take the bath together.
No,
Yeah,
together. And like,
Together in the bathtub, I'm crying.
Do it for the patrons.
Poseidon's already in there with his rubber duckies.
Yeah.
Get in.
Get in, bro.
My airplanes playing.
For the both of us,
Yeah,
we don't fit in a bathtub together. We need a fucking swimming pool. What are you talking about?
By the way, just
you in a
my
jacuzzi.
legs do the whole length of the bathtub. I barely fit in a bathtub.
Yeah, but that's your bathtub.
That's your
You also have floors that stick to your feet. Fucking
Yeah,
right
that
now.
is true. Yeah,
What?
yeah.
You're
That
not
was,
here for that
Touche.
part of the conversation.
Touche.
was that here? Or was that on 2 Drink Minimum?
That was last week on
That
this
was last
show.
week.
It was on this show.
Yeah.
I was
Friday.
probably gone. What happened? He has those tiles and he walks and they stick on his feet.
They stick on
No, he
the
has
tiles,
hardwood
fly
floors.
out. He's like a dinosaur.
It's whatever the fuck they call those floors, bro. Those bitch ass floors.
Parquet.
Parquet.
Yeah, there you go.
He does parkour on the
Parkour.
parquet, and they're just flying everywhere. Like, could you imagine you walking in your living room and every fucking blocks of wood are flying out? Like, it's like a
Oh,
cartoon.
but you know how I have to walk now? I have to walk. When I step, I slide my feet so no wood comes out.
I have an idea.
I walk sliding, bro.
What about a carpet?
I suggested that.
Yeah.
Oh
Just-
God.
What a better
Yeah,
apartment.
Don't slide your feet, bro. You're gonna get a what do you call them? A splinter.
Yeah.
Splinter.
Okay, I'll just.
But he has hobbit feet. Splinters won't bother
I'll
him.
just remove the
A wise
splinter.
karate rat.
I'll just remove the splinter, bro.
Oh, by the way, cue the music. I would like to remind people that you can catch more of this nonsense over on Patreon, patreon.com/Pantelis, where you get exclusive content such as the Pantelis Podcast bonus episodes. You get everything first, and you get access to Saturday streams of In Bed with Poseidon. Every Saturday, 4 p.m., Poseidon and Annabelle talk to you about whatever the fuck they did this week, and it's normally a lot of fuckery that's involved in that. And then at 6 p.m., we got movie nights. Movie nights only for patrons. When you sign up to Patreon and you connect to your Discord, you unlock special Discord Patreon exclusive channels. One of them is movie nights, where you get to watch movies. You can also go on Discord. They show all the sporting events and all that, so you don't need TV in your house. You just need an internet connection and us, and we show you everything. Check out Phil Balbano's podcast. Mr. Balbano has a podcast that he drops every Sunday. It's called Fill My Hole. It is an hour of him requesting people to fill his hole. It is very entertaining, and it comes out like clockwork every Sunday at 8 p.m. He's also in the business of making films and commercials. If you need a high-quality, world-renowned, award-winning director to make your commercial so your business doesn't go under, well, look no further. Mr. Balbanos, links in the description. You can hire him, make a deal with him, tell him you love him. He's going to help you resurrect your failed business. We got George over there giving us the news all the way from the South Shore. George has a podcast called The Backstage Podcast, where he goes backstage and interviews politicians and people of interest. Just no ethnics. That's his rule. Also, he's got a very entertaining podcast called Just Us Dads, where he gets together with other dads and they talk about how much they hate their wives. It's a very controversial podcast because sometimes they bring their wives in there and show off the bruises. Just Us Dads, available every Friday wherever podcasts are sold. Poseidon is losing his shit right now. Yeah, links in the description. For those of you who are retarded, this is all satire. I am fucking around. These are all good shows. Nobody is getting beat up. However, Phil legitimately is a world-renowned, award-winning director and filmmaker. So that's where you should put your money. Links in the description. Follow my boy Poseidon. He plays video games and he yells at children. Twitch.tv/ThePoseidon69. That's twitch.tv/ThePoseidon69. And ThePoseidon69, Instagram and Twitter. All right, we are back. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Phil left. Phil got angry and walked out. He's like, I don't have any awards. But he does.
He does.
No, he does. He does. That's why I had to emphasize on that he does have awards.
You can actually see them.
Yeah, no, Phil's got awards. Phil does good.
Yeah, look at that. They're on the wall.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. So G-Funk. Oh my God, they're still drilling. Yeah. So G, apart from this kind of Gen Z civil war that we're starting, do you have any other news on the future of this corona-infested country that we live in?
Well, remember last week or the week before where we spoke about how much nonsense it was for Justin Trudeau to come out and put all these measures in place for returning travelers at the airports where they're going to be picked up, they're going to be forced to do a test, and then they're going to be sent to some designated location where they will stay for whatever 14 days.
Very scary.
And we said, look, it makes absolutely no sense. If I wanted to travel during March break, I would take a flight to Florida, remember?
Yeah.
Because you're allowed.
Go to
and then
Plattsburgh
return
and
my
drive.
car where there's no control, and that's it. You know, no quarantine, nothing. Well, finally, I don't know, maybe somebody's listening to the show because they came out the other day and they said, well, as of the 22nd of February, we're imposing the exact same measures on the land border as well.
That's
So
crazy.
everyone coming in with their car from the U.S. is going to have to go through the exact same procedure like the people returning by plane. And in order to assist in this whole procedure, they will be stationing our army. Our armed forces will be stationed across the border, 16 different locations.
How are we going to spread 18 people across an entire border?
No. It's the okay. The 18 is the army. Okay, I thought you confused it with the locations. Yeah. I mean, we don't even have 18. Do we have 18?
No, we have a good army. It's not big, but it's good. What the fuck is this? Man? I don't like this.
Army,
This is crazy
our
Orwellian
army's
stuff.
coming in to reinforce to reinforce our border patrol guys, and they're going to be there to help them with the COVID screening test and everything else related to
Does that
this.
mean the border's open?
The border's always open. It's always been open. That's
The land border was not always open.
Of course.
No, it wasn't.
The border's always been open. You're just not allowed to go through it.
Yes, that.
Yeah.
Like here's my question. Can I go to Chick-fil-A?
Well, no, because the Americans might not let you in.
You could drive into Canada, like the border wasn't closed.
No,
I mean,
you could drive into Canada as a Canadian citizen. But what he's saying is, can he even leave the country? You weren't able for a long time. The Americans weren't allowing the Canadians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I really want Chick-fil-A.
Really? That's
Oh, so good.
yeah, that good.
Have you never had it?
I've had Chick-fil-A, but I don't remember going crazy.
Oh
for it.
man,
I had it in LA.
It's the best chicken sandwich you can get in a fast food place.
Chick-fil-A I had, yeah.
I thought it was
Is that the place
Popeyes.
that's not open on Sundays?
Yeah.
I've had
and
that.
has like crucifixes everywhere.
I've had
Okay.
that.
It's super
Wasn't
religious.
Wasn't there some controversy with this place like a couple?
Yeah, they
There's
hated the gays.
controversy with everything. Did they say they hate the gays? I don't think they said they hate the
No,
gays.
That's
They
what it
didn't
was.
say that.
Yeah, they
Andrew-
said we don't want to employ or serve gay people. That was that whole thing.
No, Andrew
No,
Schultz
they
was
never said
talking
that.
about this the other day. They're very welcoming. Like,
Yeah.
It's because their whole corporate their corporate
Structure?
not structure what's the fucking word I'm looking
Culture.
for? Culture. There you go. Their corporate culture is very wholesome.
And people didn't like that.
No, people like their employees like that, and they have like a structure for their employees to climb up fast and shit.
Yeah.
So that's why they're able to give such good like
benefits,
customer
Chicken.
service, and that's why they're so
Chicken.
happy to serve people.
Yeah.
you know. So they have a very good culture, and they actually had gay employees apparently. So I don't know.
Yeah, of course they didn't stop. It's just because they're Christians.
So the
just 'cause
controversy
the owners.
was, I have it here.
Yeah.
They kept donating to charities that were anti-LGBTQ plus.
How is a charity anti something?
I mean, if your charity is called the We Hate the Gays charity,
That's not a charity.
That's not a
could be.
charity.
No, that's not a charity. A charity you're giving for a cause, right?
Maybe they gave it to religious charities, and they took that.
Yeah.
And they said, "Oh,
They
because
did.
it's
They did.
religious, it's anti-LGBT."
Ah, then fuck off.
They-
man.
yeah,
Go
they
fuck yourself. at that
now
point,
they're
yeah.
twisting shit around.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
like
yeah.
that shit.
Yeah,
I don't like that
Yeah.
shit. That's dirty.
yeah. Anywho,
Anyway.
there's always going to be someone.
Hopefully, eventually you'll be able to go eat there, Phil. But yeah. So basically, they woke up 2-3 weeks later, and they realized that hold on, this doesn't really make sense. People coming in from the border are free. Let's impose some measures over there as well. Anyway, that's what's happening. We're gonna get back to Justin Trudeau because the ridiculousness continues. But before we get there, let me.
Sorry, George. Hold on.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a real photo, but while I was looking for the stuff about that story, I found this amazing. I don't know if it'll show here well. Amazing picture of Trump. Hold on, let me get the angle. And look at all the Chick-fil-A and Big Macs.
Oh yeah, that was real. That was a long time ago. That was when everything
It's
was
just funny.
when everything was closed down, and I think the White House staff wasn't working or whatever. And he had that college football team show up, so he wanted to get them meals. So he's like, "Don't worry, it doesn't matter if the kitchen's closed. I got you." And he got them all fast food.
The healthiest.
It's pretty
option.
funny. It's like as an image, it's just funny. That's all.
Yeah, it looks yeah.
Anyway, let's go back. Last week, I think it was on Friday, we spoke about the PQ accusing Legault's sons, or actually accusing Legault of breaking his own regulations.
Oh, yeah,
because
you
his
said
sons
something,
technically
yeah.
don't live with him. Blah blah blah. And
Right.
it became a whole issue.
Yes.
And Premier Legault came out and blasted them. He's like, "What the fuck do you want? Let my family alone. My kids live with me permanently, so fuck off. I don't know where you found this information." So apparently, and this I don't know if it's been validated, but the government, some of the Legault ministers have been accusing now the PQ of using the electoral lists to investigate on his sons because of the address. And obviously using the electoral list for anything other than elections is illegal. So there's this whole thing now that's happening up in Quebec City on whether or not the PQ took advantage of the electoral list to search Legault's son's name and to see what address was linked,
Oh fuck.
what address they had registered, and to see if whether or not they do live with him,
This is getting
which is
juicy.
just complete. Not like this is such a useless topic. Like I don't know how much ground you're planning on gaining by doing this. Like it's no news. It's nothing. Like it's a non-issue, and they're still hammering on this. But if indeed they did use the electoral list, they can get in real trouble. Like I mean, the director of elections can open an investigation, and it's literally illegal to use those lists other than during elections to contact your electors and whatever. So that's what's happening up in Quebec City, just as a follow-up on what we had spoken about last week.
Nerds.
Yeah. We also spoke about, well, we've been talking about this for a while now, how uncontrollable it is, the gun violence, especially in the big cities like Montreal and Toronto. And a couple of weeks ago, I think last week, Montreal Mayor Valérie Plante pleaded to Justin Trudeau to come up with legislation on banning handguns. So yesterday, we find out that there is a bill that's
already
proposed.
banned.
But say that again.
They're already banned.
Yeah, in Montreal. You can't walk around with a handgun. The only guns that you're allowed to have, you have to have a license.
Ban the sale. She wanted to ban the sale.
Yeah, sales and transports and all that stuff.
Because I'm just saying that's the people that normally get shot, like the gang violence that we're having here, is normally illegal weapons. They're not legally buying them and killing their rivals.
Exactly.
So you could ban all you want. They didn't get them legally to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah, the issue is to know how they come in, basically. So you want more.
It won't help
measures.
because they're already where you're going. The people are already there. They're getting them illegally. That's like saying, you know what, that's it. We're banning crack cocaine. Yeah. It's been illegal. They're still getting it. It's
For sure you're right, but there's also a lot of stats that we don't have, right? I mean, they're not very transparent as per who buys them, how many are they sold. Like we don't get a lot of information. Anyway, so there's a new bill that was proposed by the federal Liberals yesterday.
Hold on. Sorry that I cut you off, George, because I've been into gun stores and shit. Do you know the kind of fucking due process they do in fucking gun? Just to rent a gun and use it at the range, they gotta check your license, check everything. They have a whole fucking system, bro. I don't understand. Again, like what more do you need?
Hey, whoa! Big news coming in now, George. Pierre Poilievre was fired.
What?
What the fuck
How
is
was he
that? He's
fired?
the best thing for those conservatives. Are they trying to lose?
What do you mean fired? You can't fire the guy. He's elected.
I don't know. That's what somebody just wrote in the chat.
Unless they threw him out of the caucus, but for what? What did he do? What happened?
Guys,
Yeah?
sorry, I need to step away for just a second. I have something I need to deal with. Something like that just came in. I'll be back in like 5 minutes.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
And
I
apparently,
just hold on. We're gonna get back to Pierre Poilievre, but I just saw something that we just spoke about, and this is coming from Pascal Bérubé, who is the parliamentary leader of the PQ at the National Assembly. The exact same thing that we're talking about now. The motion, the petition that was online, favoring academic liberties.
Yeah.
They actually tabled it today in the National Assembly, and the CAC refused it.
The CAC refused it.
Yeah. So
Didn't the
I'll
CAC?
just quote
Hold
his
on a
tweet
second.
there. It says,
Hold on a second. Didn't the CAC Legault over the weekend say he's gonna do everything in his power to make sure we have these liberties of expression, all that, and then when he's able to do it, they strike it down?
Yeah. There
Bro,
was a motion
fuck
calling
these people, man.
for-
Politicians are not to be trusted. Fuck, they're so shit. Such bullshitters, bro.
Yeah, and basically the motion called for the government to put in place a special parliamentary committee to study the whole issue on academic liberties, and that was refused. So there you have it. But Pierre Poilievre, I don't know what do you have on that?
It says Aaron O'Toole shuffles caucus.
Oh, shuffled. Okay, no, he didn't get fired.
He is
man.
out
It's
as-
a shuffle, which means he moved him around. He probably gave him other responsibilities.
Yeah, he says he is
'Cause
out as
he was the
finance
official
critic.
opposition critic. He was the official opposition critic on finance. He probably put him somewhere else. But he was good. He was very effective in finance. I'm wondering where he put him.
Very suspicious.
Do you know?
No, I'm looking at. It gave me for some reason Pierre Poilievre's wife.
Okay.
I don't.
Whatever.
That's weird.
Let me see here.
Aaron O'Toole shuffles conservative critic, moves Pierre Poilievre out of finance role. But I don't know why you would do that. He was in, you're taking your
Yeah.
all-star center out of the all-star center position. I don't know. It's weird.
I don't know.
These politicians don't make sense. I'm surprised with Legault. So basically, they're all full of shit.
I don't know what's happened. And
Well, you
it's
know, you
funny
just
'cause
said
we-
it. Like you know what's
we
happening.
just- We just mentioned it. And,
Well, all the breaking news happens here at the morning show, sir.
we just mentioned like the fact that he was okay with it and that he was planning on looking into it, and now finally they tabled the motion. It got refused.
That's
Anyway.
fucked.
Isn't it weird?
But didn't I tell you, it doesn't make sense. It's bullshit because he can't say, "Oh no, I'm for freedom. We need to be free," while imposing curfews. He's not for freedom. This guy's full of shit. He's lying to people so that he gets votes. He's not for freedom. He's not for Quebec. He's for himself. That's what he's for.
So just quickly, he did a shadow cabinet shuffle. He put him on jobs and industry. Obviously, much less attention, much less visibility.
Why?
I don't know. Look, guys, I've told you guys before. Your worst enemy in politics is not across the floor. It's in your own caucus. So
I have a theory.
yeah.
All the attention, like I didn't even know the fuck. I can't even tell you what Aaron O'Toole looks like. All the attention goes to Poilievre. He's the star child. This guy, Aaron O'Toole, is probably like, no, this got to be my time, right? He's sick of this guy getting all the attention, so he moved him out of a position where he was prominent, and he's putting him somewhere to be disregarded.
But you know what? But it could also backfire, right? I mean, he's such an effective and efficient politician that he's going to find things to bring attention to him. He's going to dig up stuff related to jobs and industry, and he's just going to transfer the attention back to his topics. I mean, that's what he's there for, and he can do his job very well. Anyway, so yeah, well, interesting. I wonder who he replaced him by. So I'll take a look at that later. But back to this gun legislation that the Liberals are planning on tabling.
Yeah.
Basically, the public safety minister Bill Blair came out and said that, look, we're considering granting more powers to the municipalities to ban the sale or anything related to handguns. The government does not plan on taking any part of that. So the restriction will be reserved for the municipalities, and they can go as far as, for example, storing or even transporting handguns. So they're really enlarging the scope of this. Basically, they're also allowing for family members or close friends who are worried or have any fears of a close one that has a handgun to flag it, and they can come in and seize it immediately.
Get the fuck! This is not a good thing, by the way. This is a bad thing.
Yeah,
so
they're really like, this is a huge scope. So
you know what I'm surprised the government hasn't done yet with these laws that make perfect sense. I'm surprised they haven't made COVID illegal. They should ban the spread of COVID just so it could stop.
Yeah, punish COVID. If you find COVID, we want him. We'll arrest him.
Yeah,
on the
just
spot.
ban COVID. As of today, there's a law. COVID's banned from Canada. That's it. That'll solve everything. That's how that works.
And also, they're looking at a possible program to buy back the weapons. We had spoken about that a while ago. They're looking at extending the sentencing from 10 to 14 years on anyone having contraband weapons. And they're also looking into investing $50 million a year for the next 5 years on different programs to fight street gangs and to invest in
How are they going to fight against these gangs if they don't have guns to fight against the gangs?
Yeah, and on different prevention programs for the youth not to be kind of tempted to go into street gangs. So I'm not sure this is just the basic lines that have just come out yet. Nothing has been tabled yet, but it's just strange that you want the municipalities to take on load that technically, in my opinion, should not be in their responsibility. I don't know how the municipalities work across Canada, but in Quebec, the municipalities are a product. They're a byproduct of the provincial government, so they belong to the provinces. That's why it's not a municipal government. It's a what do you call it? It's an administration, right? I mean, they're not independent, but they're autonomous, but they still belong under the umbrella of the provincial government. So this is really strange. How can the federal government hand over that jurisdiction to municipalities by going over the jurisdiction of the provinces? So it's very strange. I don't know how they're planning on doing this. I know that Valerie Plante, Mayor of Montreal, is against this. She doesn't want to have that responsibility. She believes that it's something that the federal government should take care of directly. We'll see how this thing unfolds, because there is a huge problem in Toronto and in Montreal with respect to gun violence. So, and I do agree that something has to happen. I'm not sure what, but yeah, something needs to happen.
In what regard?
What'd you say?
Something needs to happen in what regard?
In I don't know, in controlling arms, or I don't know. See, there's a huge question mark. You've mentioned it. We've mentioned this before. I mean, most of these weapons come in illegally. How do they come in?
But that's what I'm saying, is they're not, by banning the weapons that are being used in these crimes are not the weapons that are being sold in stores. So you're making a law that for face value, for imbeciles, it'll help them. It'll be like, oh, this will make me feel safe, but it doesn't change anything. It's the same equivalent as if somebody gets stabbed downtown, there's a lot of stabbings, they restrict knives in your home. It's not, it'll look good for idiots, like, oh, well, knives are illegal now. It's not going to stop the people that are doing this stuff from stabbing people. It's crazy.
And also, they did the same thing in the UK where they've done like a crazy gun ban.
And then a knife ban.
No, but now...
No, they did a knife ban too.
Oh, they did a knife ban too?
And people were still getting stabbed and shot.
Yeah, there you go. So
yeah, because the people doing this are not getting normally, especially in these gangs, aren't going into stores to be like, yes, hello, I'm Jimmy Two Shoes, I'm here to buy. Like, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. They're all getting illegal weapons, so you can make it. It's just like drugs. You can make them illegal all you want. That's not going to help the situation.
Yeah. I don't understand the logic.
Back to the ridiculousness of Trudeau.
Anyways, what's going to happen is, George, what you do is you're removing guns from legal people who are mature, people who have gone to the courses that should have a gun that they can protect themselves. You're getting rid of those weapons, And the only people that are going to have weapons are the government and criminals. That's all you're doing.
Wait,
You think criminals are going to stop? Well, they're the same thing, government and criminals. But do you think that's going to stop criminals because you don't have a gun? You think they're going to be like, oh, you don't have a gun? Oh, okay, I won't use mine. That's not how that's going to fucking work. That's crazy.
yeah.
I don't know. Anyway.
I think
But
that
people don't wanna hear
logic is sound.
People don't want to hear the truth. People want to hear like, no, if you ban something, then it just disappears.
No, they just want to live in their comfortable little fucking safe bubble.
Dude, they've tried to
space.
ban music. They've tried to ban types of music, and it just makes it explode. You know what I mean? Like, you can't ban stuff. Not like this. Not stuff that you can still... It doesn't matter where you're trying to sell them. If the people that are trying to get them don't need it legally. People don't care. If you're going to illegally... If you need a gun for a crime, more than likely, you don't want it to be legally purchased.
Well,
I mean, if you want to fight illegal guns, you make better laws to make legal guns accessible.
No, not just that. You also try to target specifically the criminals and where they're coming from and all that. You invest your resources in that. You don't attack a regular citizen.
Doesn't
know?
make any sense. None of it makes any sense. It's all show. It's all show for the
all
people who are scared.
For the people who are dumb, it's show like, oh, they're doing something now. My neighbor Tom is not allowed to go hunting anymore. That's going to reduce gun crime in those gang-infested neighborhoods. How?
Well,
What are you talking about?
There's also the fact that there's very few knowledgeable people on these issues that are being approached by government, and this is not new, right? I mean, I know people that work with kids to keep them off gangs. They know gangs personally, like they know how that industry works. Obviously, they're working with police force, and the police force obviously does have information, but it appears to me that the people making these laws don't have a good enough understanding of how it works on the ground.
The word you're looking for is a clue. They don't have a clue. Yeah.
Anyway,
Dumb.
so we'll see what happens with that legislation. I don't know if it'll pass or if it'll even be tabled. I don't know. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about Trudeau and how we've made fun of him in the past about him not being able to answer questions appropriately.
Yo, by the way, did you guys? I don't want to beat a dead horse, but did you guys see that awkward kiss?
No.
What awkward kiss?
Somebody posted it, and I was like, "Oh fuck, that is weird." It's like he was forced to kiss his wife. They were forced to kiss each other, and they're staring at, and he's like, "Yeah, it's on Twitter."
On the lake, on the river, they were skating.
No, they weren't skating. It was pretty sunny, and he's like, "Okay, now." He's like, and then they kiss each other, and then he's like, ugh. He felt uncomfortable. She felt uncomfortable. The whole thing was uncomfortable. I was like, "Fuck, if you guys you don't need a fake marriage anymore, right? Like we live in a time where if it's not working, it's not working. No one's gonna judge you for it. You don't have to force it to be together." But it was just so awkward. Like
I would not know what
it's
you're talking
like
about.
if somebody forces you to kiss
didn't
your
see
sister on the
this.
lips. Yeah, it's fucking weird. Check it out,
Is this
Poseidon.
from a while ago or?
I
No,
saw
it's
it over the
recent.
weekend.
I
So-
remember reading something.
Someone tweeted it at me. Let me see. Let me see my likes. But I like a lot of shit. But
Yeah, I'm gonna click it. I'm gonna find it.
yeah, you're gonna I want Poseidon to show it to the. It was just weird. I'll find it, Poseidon, for you. Type in Trudeau kiss, I guess.
It's a good movie, Trudeau's Kiss.
Trudeau kiss. Trudeau kiss wife in Google. Awkward. I don't think you have to add awkward. I think you'll just find it.
They were skating, you said?
No. Don't stop typing skating. I don't know
what
why
I
he said that.
saw,
I didn't see
but,
any skating. I just saw them standing. So don't put skating.
The one where is it this one?
Yeah, that's
Like
it.
this
That's
photo?
it. Yeah, but I saw it. Yeah, it's the photo, but I saw the video of how the photo was taken. So the photo looks cute, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you have to see the video of how it was taken.
Where is this? It's summertime.
Yeah. I don't know.
This is at the very beginning of the pandemic.
Is there a flag in the back?
What do you mean?
Is there a flag in the background of the picture?
Forget
No.
the picture. We're looking for the video, Poseidon, because the picture is just a picture. That's what I'm saying. Is the video behind the picture came out and it was very awkward.
I think I found it.
Like they were forced to do it.
I think I found it.
I think it's weird if you zoom in, his eyes are open. Ugh.
Yeah, no. Wait till you see the video. You're gonna see that it's all weird.
Happy Canada Day.
What the fuck?
So creepy.
Is it this?
Let me see. Well, that's what it is, but let's see if you get the kiss. I don't know if they're gonna show it here.
Et si les enfants vont
Non,
pouvoir
non.
veiller pour
Mute it. Go see if there's a kiss because the kiss was done for the photo op. It was just very weird. Like, and I think it's our fault as society. Like, we're putting stress on him to maintain an image or whatever. Like, they shouldn't have to. You know
That
what
he
I mean?
likes ladies.
No, not that. I mean, let's say if they want to get divorced or whatever, it shouldn't be our business. Like, they shouldn't have to
That
force.
she likes men.
You shouldn't have to force kiss someone that you don't want to kiss, is what I'm saying. Because they're not the bad guys. We're the bad guys for pushing.
George is really quiet during this whole conversation, having spent all that time in Quebec City with both of them.
Yeah, no. Well, George knows what everybody else knows. We just don't talk about it because it's slanderous.
Honestly, I haven't
Hold
even
on.
seen. I've
It
seen the
doesn't-
picture
it
there,
doesn't
and I know
show.
that it was part of an announcement that he made just before. It was just at the beginning of the COVID
It's
thing.
the correct picture, but the video just came out.
I can't find the video.
Somebody
I looked.
sent it to me a few days ago on Twitter. I'm scrolling through my feed. I'm hoping that I liked it. Dun, 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 dun,
I'm
dun,
going to the
dun.
Discord to see if the fans already found it.
Maybe actually. Maybe they're the ones who sent it. Who the fuck knows? Maybe it was on Discord. I don't fucking know. Oh, it looks like we traded. We sold Marco Livaya. That's interesting. Yeah, Poseidon, you can't find it, eh?
I found somebody talking about it.
No. You guys, I saw the video. I actually saw the video.
Can't find it. Sorry, man.
This is weird.
I saw someone Photoshop the leader of China's face onto Sophie Gregoire's face.
Dude, I
and that
found
was
it. I
funny.
literally fucking typed in Trudeau kiss in Twitter, and it's the fourth fucking video. Are you
On
playing games
Twitter,
with
I
me?
didn't go to
On
Twitter. I was
YouTube, I
just
can't find
Googling and
it.
shit.
All right, Poseidon, I'll just send it to your Twitter so that you can. Twitter direct message. Where is he?
Let me log in.
Poseidon.
Pardon.
Bam. Fucking Poseidon.
So, George, what are you up to today? You're looking itchy.
yeah. Speaking,
Oh, and this
Fucking
one's
because
shorter, but
this-
still funny.
speaking of Trudeau and his pictures, I'm probably gonna have his official photographer on the podcast soon. So I'll
Oh, what's that guy's name?
Adam.
Oh, I got
Oh,
a better
yeah,
one,
yeah,
Poseidon.
I
I'm
bet
sending
it
you this one. It's longer.
super talented guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he makes Trudeau look all right. So, yeah, he's a good dude. Talented guy.
Here.
I got the viral, what is it? An infectious disease specialist on this week on the podcast.
Ooh.
Ooh, George had him once, but like I watched George's interview with him, so now I know all the questions that aren't interesting to ask.
Oh, you're gonna have our doc.
You sent it?
They sent to your,
Yeah,
your,
I
your
have
Twitter.
the doc.
Oh, good. Yeah.
You could put it. You could put it here so that they can see it on the virtual cam and the fans could watch it.
I don't see it.
Send your direct messages.
I have
This
the
is
8
like
second
a
one that
car
you sent.
crash.
All I have is the 8
Come on,
second one
guys.
that you sent.
Oh, what the fuck? The other one didn't go
Poseidon,
through?
come on, get your shit together.
Get it together.
Hold on, bro.
Get it together. We'll put the 8-second one. It's okay. I mean, it's the same thing, just
Get
that
together.
it ends abruptly.
Hold on.
I thought Trudeau kissed his sister. Who's
Yeah, I
the
saw
dude-
that.
No, it wasn't Trudeau. It was Legault when he won the election.
Yeah. Look.
You smooched the
they're-
sister.
Okay, it's ready.
In the lips.
Ah,
It's ready. Quiet in
Does
the
she look
car.
like
I
him?
sent you the new one anyway. But whatever you like, this one works too. It's ready?
I found this one. They don't kiss in it. I watched this.
No, you didn't.
I just had it a second ago.
Well, you didn't watch it because there's a kiss.
Now it's taking forever to
Maybe
fucking
it's a
No,
load.
it's
different
taking forever to
version.
load. While it's taking forever, why don't you just put the longer one?
Will do.
Just put the 13.
I paid the internet bill. I don't care what anyone says.
Oh yeah, there. Happy Valentine's Day. Okay, so yeah, make it big.
Hold on.
It was for Valentine's Day.
No, just somebody tweeted it.
He repurposed it.
Look.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
so
You take a
weird.
deep breath out.
She walked away. Now I love that for the photo.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they're not happy with it, but they don't. But it's our fault as society. We're forcing them to do this shit because apparently.
It looks like someone is calling her, and as soon as she kisses him, she turns around to say, "What? What was that?"
And what do you have to say about what he does? Where it looks
No.
like he may vomit from kissing a feminine mouth.
for kissing a feminine. No, but here's the thing: I'm not making fun of him for the. It's fucking awkward, but I hate the fact that he has to be awkward. They should be allowed, even if they're prime minister. Like if he's a prime minister, he should be allowed. If you know they want a divorce or whatever the fuck, they should be allowed to do it without everybody shitting on them, because that's what they're worried about. It's all this like it's not going to be looked upon properly. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no, but
That
who cares?
sucks.
I mean, honestly, if they were having issues and he came out and he's like, look, this pandemic has really showed me that I can't spend that much time with her. We hate each other. I'd be like, cool, I get it, bro. It's fine. Like,
Yeah.
you guys want to get divorced? Get divorced. I
Yeah.
really don't care. I'm more concerned with you being a shitty prime minister.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah. But anyway, so it's a little awkward, and I feel bad for the guy and her, like because of us, we're forcing them to do this because clearly they weren't into that. Maybe they were fighting. Who knows?
Maybe they were fighting. He ate like all the marbled cheddar in the fridge, and she wanted some, and there wasn't any left.
And he's used
So
to
she's
doing
like, fucking
photo ops.
Justin.
That's why he said now.
Yeah, it sucks though that that's the shitty thing about being in the spotlight like that.
No.
You gotta force
What,
yourself
George?
to be that.
The marble cheddar.
What? At your house, we fight about the marble cheddar all the time. Like, did I need to buy 6 blocks of it? I don't know. They were on special.
That's a lie. You're lactose intolerant. You don't eat cheese, you said?
It's lactose free. That's why whenever I find that shit, I stock up.
So look, guys, let's go back to Justin, because last week he had a call with the Indian Prime Minister, and obviously it was the huge thing because last time he dealt.
He had a call with who?
Was the biggest.
The Prime Minister of India.
Prime Minister of India.
Did he put on his clothes again?
Well, that's the whole thing, because last time we dealt with India, it was the biggest embarrassment ever. So everybody was wondering, what's happening with India? Why are you calling India? And obviously, everyone is starting to make the assumption that because India has one of the biggest vaccine facilities, and they have signed contracts with I think AstraZeneca for global distribution, that Justin was contacting the Prime Minister directly to assure that Canada was going to get some. So,
they're going to get some.
Yeah. So this is just so we can touch on the inability of this guy to answer direct questions and to be just fully transparent.
No, what did he do?
When his mouth opens. So they're asking him a question, and the guy is just talking general stuff, right? Oh, that it's important to work with our allies.
Namaste.
And to have partners such as India to fight COVID-19, and we have to build strong relationships between the two countries so that we can grow the global economy and create opportunities for everyone. Blah blah blah, like totally, ignoring the question. And Canadians find out about the call directly from the Prime Minister of India, who tweeted exactly this. I was happy to receive a call from my friend Justin Trudeau, assured him that India would do its best to facilitate supplies of COVID-19 vaccines sought by Canada. We also agreed on blah, blah, blah. So you fucking called this guy to secure vaccines. Why don't you just say it? Everyone knows that India has a huge facility. Everyone knows that they have a contract to distribute it worldwide. We add 1 and 1. We probably assume that that's why you're calling him. Just fucking say it.
Maybe they're just friends. You don't know.
Well, we do know. The Prime Minister of India just confirmed it.
Yeah, that's true.
Didn't they hate him though when he went down there?
They didn't hate him. They thought he was ridiculous. They thought he was just
silly white man.
Yeah, silly white man. Dressed up like a Bollywood character. You remember that shit?
Yeah.
Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, right?
I feel bad for this guy. I know that he means well, but I don't think he.
I don't even
realizes.
know that he means anything anymore. I think he's just
Pantelis, it's not about him. Even though he doesn't know what to do or what to say, you would assume that the PMO has competent people in his communications team to draft up an answer that is reasonable, that is logic, that actually answers.
Are you blaming the hardware?
But who comes up with these lines, man?
He looks like he's in a movie. Bro.
This summer,
Mike Myers
on India's national TV, Justin Trudeau as the intruder.
The intruder.
You know who he reminds me of? Do you remember what was it? Was it the Love Guru?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah,
Mike
Mike Myers.
Yeah.
Fuck, bro. I can't.
I didn't remind you. I made the joke and your brain didn't process it. That's all.
The best is when he was at that event and he came out in a sari or whatever and he was dancing and the Indians were wearing like $10,000 suits. They're like, what the fuck is this guy wearing?
This happened here.
They're wearing
those
shoes.
here.
Oh, do you remember that shit? They're all wearing. They're like, no, we're wearing suits, bro. What are you doing?
I think I was at that event.
Wearing a suit
Unless it was another one. Unless it was another one. I don't know.
Come to all your events,
I think I found the video.
What'd you say?
But
He's
you were doubled up
cosplaying.
on writings, right?
Yeah. No, we often work together with him and his team. But yeah, I've
And
seen a
his
lot
stylist.
of ridiculous stuff, guys. Let me just leave that.
My favorite Trudeau experience is still the time he got mad at me for not filming him at the Greek Community Center, and he's like, "Why are you filming them and not me?" I'm like, "You're eating and they're giving a speech." He's like, "Yeah, but I'm right here." I was like, "Okay."
Oh, that's funny, but I'm right here. Smart.
Maybe he was messing with you. I don't know.
He was not messing with me.
He's like, I need people to see how I down this souvlaki stick.
Yeah, show them how I deep throat the suver.
The super.
It's the Bleaser, bro.
By the way, I found this on a website called straight.com, which I find funny.
Sounds good already.
Out of nowhere, fuck.
Straight.com.
Straight.com,
Are
bro.
you sure it's the right site?
Oh my
What'd you
God.
I
find?
feel bad for
You're
this
gonna
guy. Yeah.
Oh,
Open it up.
yes.
What is this? Press play? Oh, that looks
Trudeau
like Robbie.
Yeah, that's a woman Hinston.
Oh, that's in Park X. I don't mind that. I like that.
Oh, look at him go, man.
I don't mind this. This is
No,
cool.
that's the wrong one. Hold on, there was
This
another
is
one.
cool. I like this. Keep playing
That's where I
this.
was.
I like this.
Oh, he still has the ski instructor.
I'm all for this. This is amazing. I like this.
Oh,
Yeah.
who's this guy?
Opa.
This guy's stealing the show. Staging it.
This is how we got my vote. All right.
Make them on the Dutchman.
Yeah, I like this. That I like. That I like.
Yeah, no.
I mean, it's fine. There's
That's
nothing
fine.
wrong with it.
That's super fine. This is one of the reasons why I voted for him the first time. This kind of shit I like.
Yeah, but there was another one where he was.
Me, it's in India where everyone's
Yeah.
just in suits. They're having a meeting and he walks in like this,
Yeah,
and they're
it's
like,
this, I think it's this one.
yeah,
This-
they're
there you
like,
go.
yeah, it was this one, yeah. And they're like, oh fuck, all right.
Yeah, this one. This
Representing
Is this
Canada,
all he knows is
baby.
India? That they love to dance?
This was in India.
Yeah.
This was in India.
Yeah.
I'm so
This is the
embarrassed. I
embarrassing
feel like
one.
That's the embarrassing
Oh,
one.
God.
Sorry.
The other one is not embarrassing. The
Yeah,
other one's
no,
badass.
The other one's cool because it's like
Yeah.
at an event where
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
doing dance and shit. But this one, like, look, there's a podium with microphones and shit, bro. Like, what is he doing, bro?
Yeah, this was
what
the
the fuck
Canadian
are you
embassy in
doing?
India that
Yeah.
organized an event there.
Yeah, this is the one that's funny. The other one I actually like. That's
Yeah,
one of the
no.
reasons why I voted for him the first time was because of shit like that. Because he would go to the communities.
Yeah,
and,
because it represents multicultural. You
no,
know,
it represents that culture because he's there and he's I like that. Like you go to a party and you're learning how to dance. I like that.
But also represents because we have multiple cultures.
Stop talking. You're sounding dumber by the second. But go on.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, poor guy. Anyway, let's stick to
Who
Ottawa.
poor guy, Poseidon or Trudeau?
Yeah, man. True.
A bit of both.
Bit of both,
Let's stick to Ottawa, guys, because yesterday there was something happening that is raising a lot of question marks. There's a senior Liberal MP that came out actually against his own government, and it's just not anyone. It's Wayne Easter. He's the chair of the Finance Committee, who basically came out and said that fuck, we should all wake up and smell the fucking coffee because China is all over the place and we're doing a lot of things that we shouldn't be doing. And his own committee tabled a report on Tuesday with a recommendation to withdraw, for Canada to withdraw from the Asian Infrastructure and Investment Bank, which the Trudeau government had entered in 2017 with a commitment to pay up to, I think, close to $1 billion. So for those wondering what this is, this was basically a fund to help Asian countries, build their infrastructure and generate new infrastructure projects, and Canada wanted to contribute to that. And there's been reports and rumors that it was just a front for China to use that money for whatever it's using it for.
That doesn't sound unlikely at all.
It doesn't. But the thing is this was back in 2017, and all the warning signs came as early as Canada entered that fund. And now his own member of parliament, one of the more respected guys, and who also happens to chair that committee, came out with that recommendation so that we can pull out of that fund.
Let's pull out, George.
Yeah. So this pretty much, I don't know if it has anything to do. Last week, remember when I told you that the director of CSIS came out and sounded the alarm on China and how they're operating, questionable tactics over here in Canada, threatening local Canadian Chinese residents.
Yeah.
And this suddenly comes out right after. So I'm not sure what's going on, but there's a lot of move around China and Canada. And another thing that also came out this week, and I don't know if you guys saw that, was the Canadian Olympic Committee that is pressuring the government to cancel their presence at the Beijing Olympics. I think they're in 22. When is it? Yeah,
when COVID's over.
I think it's the Tokyo Olympics.
I think it's next year.
Tokyo.
So no, it's 2022. They have the Beijing. They have the Winter Games.
The
So
winter
there's a
That's not
lot.
real.
There's mounting pressure on Justin Trudeau, on taking an official position on that. Obviously, we have two guys over there that are kidnapped for 3 years now.
The Michaels.
The Michaels, without any cause.
Let's have a dance-off.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Let's have a dance-off. Trudeau against fucking Mao Zedong. And let's see who wins it.
Yeah, Mao. So there's, no, it's not.
No.
Xi Jinping, what's his name?
Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah. So basically, the Justin Trudeau was forced to come out and say that we're looking into it.
Type in Winnie the Pooh China. You'll see what I mean. He's really pissed. Pao Jinping, he's really he banned Winnie the Pooh memes because people had memed that he looks like Winnie the Pooh.
No.
And he banned them in China, yeah. And he says it's a crime. Yeah, show the photos. He looks
That's amazing.
but he looks a lot like Winnie the Pooh though. Look.
Well, that's different. That shouldn't be a crime.
That one right there, the bottom, the second row, third, go down. No. That one looks good. The one right of that one, will go down a bit. That which one's the best one? Yeah, that one. Do that one.
This one, yeah.
Yeah, this side by side. Yeah, make it big.
I can't make it bigger for some.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Show him that one. Yeah.
How do you ban Winnie the Pooh, man?
Yeah, they banned Winnie the Pooh because they look too much alike.
Man,
it's fucking
that
hilarious.
is fucking uncanny.
I can't,
Holy shit.
Bro, the world
And
is
think
such
about
a
it for a
wacky
second,
place,
guys.
bro.
If they look that much alike, and Winnie the Pooh is a beloved Canadian creation, how long have the Chinese sleeper cells been operating in Canada? Were they in Winnipeg in the 1800s? Maybe.
But they operate very different. Winnie the Pooh loves honey, and PJ Ching hates Muslims in his country. So they're operating on two different. Look at that.
Same sides. Oh God.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yo, and speaking of Muslims in China, did you see that Trudeau refused to acknowledge the genocide of the genocide of the Uyghurs?
Oh shit.
He refused to call it a genocide because genocide is such a huge term that they need more evidence.
It is not a genocide. We're just killing all of them.
All of them, yeah.
It's not a genocide.
But this goes back to what I was saying about just slightly on the Olympics because of this and other human rights abuses, there's mounting pressure on relocating the games. And the Green Party's leader, Annamie Paul, came out and said, well, we should not only declare that we're not participating, but we should pressure the International Olympic Committee to have the games hosted in Canada.
Yeah, I'm down with that. Why not?
So,
First of all, what does China know about winter?
We've done it before, and it was pretty successful in Vancouver. Why not? It's the Winter Olympics. I mean, we obviously have the facilities.
Yeah.
But it's just interesting to see this relationship between Canada and China, and mostly Canada, because they're afraid to kind of speak up. They're afraid to take a stand, and they shouldn't be. Obviously, they shouldn't be. I mean, we're being bullied by China, and you have the other guy just spitting out general lines that are being given to him by his team.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The Uyghur Muslim thing though is really fucked up, dude. They have concentration camps. You've seen these videos. It's crazy what they're doing, and the international community doesn't talk about it. No one's out there fighting for these fucking people. So that's why it's so
we
hypocritical.
are talking about it. I mean,
me and you were talking about it. We have no fucking power. Our leaders should be talking about it. Trudeau should be out there being like, yo, this is a genocide. Let's go. We're leaders. What the fuck? Not this pussy shit of, well, I mean, we don't know that they're killing all of them. Maybe they're keeping the kids. I don't know. I can't call it a genocide. Is it really a genocide? That's crazy.
They're so nervous about using the word genocide in general in government. Like
only when there's a genocide available. When it's not a genocide, then they'll throw it out there. But when there's genocide, they're like, that's not the right word. Like with the Armenians, they don't want to use it when it really happens.
Didn't Canada recognize the Armenian genocide?
No,
Yeah.
they recognized it, and then they didn't recognize what was happening in Artsakh or whatever the fuck. Like
No. They've recognized the genocide. The Artsakh is a whole issue, but it was back in 2001, somewhere there, early 2000s. They recognized it.
I bet Turkey loved that.
No, they were pissed. They threatened. They threatened Canada. They threatened everybody when they recognized the genocide.
Oh, absolutely. But there was an article in the Suburban. I don't know if you guys read it. Well, probably didn't. I mean, it's not a very popular paper.
I get it at home for free, but
our favorite senator, who had taken a very active role in the whole conflict in Nagorno-Karabakh, wrote how Canada took it. Yeah, Leo. How Canada should be embarrassed of their non-action with respect to what happened there. And he came out and he called out the Turks and said, listen, because Leo was the one that presented a motion for Canada to recognize the independence of Artsakh and how that was the only solution for that region
Without violence.
to be protected.
Yeah.
And he said that as soon as I made that motion, I was receiving all sorts of pressure and lobbies from the Turkish embassy and from different Turkish organizations across Canada. Now, why was Turkey lobbying when they said that they had nothing to do with that conflict? Funny, because they said that we have nothing. This is between Azerbaijan and the people of Armenia or Artsakh. But somehow it's
Turkey's problem.
It's Turkish lobbyists that were fucking up
Is
his
this
ass.
George? Is this something he told you in confidence, or is this public knowledge?
This
That
is
he
in an
received
article.
pressure?
He wrote it himself.
Oh,
He
the
wrote
article,
in the
right.
Suburban.
Oh, you thought that George was gonna get beat up after the show?
I was like, George, you're fucking the guy over.
No. He wrote an article. I read.
No,
He wrote
okay, yeah,
himself
sorry.
an article in the Suburban, so you guys can go read that. So he states a couple of those facts there, and it's worrying, man. It's
It is.
you
It
know,
absolutely is.
I don't like this kind of shit. But again, going back to China, it is crazy to see so many countries, every country, just so scared to do the right thing, to say the right thing.
It's because we've given, even if you were to look at the U.S. and Canada together as two huge nations, we could easily stand up to China, the two of us. Just fuck NATO, fuck everyone else, just the two of us. But the thing is, we've given so much of the creation and the manufacturing and the supply of the things we need to live our daily lives to China that we can't stand up to them anymore.
Well, China outsmarted us. China actually
it's like trying to fight
permeated-
your parents when they give you allowance.
Actually,
that's
China,
where we're at.
China's fighting in 4D chess because China outsmarted all of us. China got into
Vulcan chess.
all our establishments. They pushed a super conservative, anti-conservative, communistic style thought into academia, into all kinds of platforms in the West.
I don't know if you can give China the credit for that
Yeah,
really
yeah.
on its own.
Of course you can, yeah.
Not on its
And then
own.
we took it, we morphed it, and we took it into, we made it this new type of socialism which is basically cancel everything, right?
Like pluralism gone whack.
So you can't even say the second you'd be like, I don't like that China's killing those Muslims. You're racist. Wait, how the fuck am I racist? I don't want them killing people. That's racist. That's their country. Why you get? It's super racist. Oh my god, it's such a white way of thinking. Like it's just psychotic shit. They made
Yeah, it's pretty
our
fucked.
university students into idiots. So it's our government's fault for letting them permeate our culture and then fucking beat us from the inside. Yeah. Their government fought. They fought this KGB style.
yeah.
So what you're
I
saying
mean,
is we're
there's one way to
fucked.
look at it.
Huh?
What you're saying is we're fucked.
We're fucked because it all starts in your mind, right?
No.
So if in your mind you're too goofy to realize what's going on, well, I can't help you.
Yeah.
You know what helped you when you see people getting murdered in concentration camps because they're Muslim, because they're a different religion, and you're cool with it because that's China. I mean, it's their culture. They know what they're doing. Then you're fucked. There's no helping you.
Yeah, it's a
And
big
you
My
think if you
favorite
interject, it's racist to interject to help people. I can't help you. You're already too far gone. When Taiwan, they mention them, and even the World Health Organization, they're too scared to stand up against China. People ask them questions about Taiwan in interviews, and they hang up the fucking call live on the news. Like, fuck that, I'm not getting into this can of worms. They don't want to acknowledge that it exists. Yeah, there's a fucking problem. You're not standing up for what's right. And then the second someone calls you out on it, you try to figure out. You're like, racist, rapist. Like you try to figure out a word to put him in there, even though they're the ones trying their best to have peace. You can't win.
The craziest thing I've ever seen is I was reading a bunch of people were arguing on Facebook. I wasn't participating. I was just reading through the comments to laugh. And they're like, well, China has concentration camps and they're killing the Uyghur Muslims.
Yeah,
And they're like, well, the U.S. had concentration camps of the Japanese.
that's fine. They did. So what? So
Yes,
that means
what
that now
is-
everybody's going to open
what
up a
is the-
concentration camp?
Like, what the fuck is that?
The Nazis had concentration camps too. That means that because someone did it, now everyone's cool to do it. I thought we're putting an end to this shit.
They just turned on their own government as a
That's
defense
what I'm saying. As a
mechanism. This
defense
doesn't make
mechanism. That's what I'm
sense.
saying. Yeah.
People are crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. Shit's wild nowadays.
It's
bro.
wild. And again, just in case, because we have fucking dummies too that follow us. This is the government of China that's the problem.
Yeah.
Don't go around getting pissed at Chinese people, just like they did during coronavirus. Remember?
Yeah, you
they were
remember that
punching.
shit?
They were punching Chinese people in the fucking face, bro.
Not even Chinese people. Some of them weren't even Chinese.
Some of them were Vietnamese, Korean,
Yeah.
Filipino. They were getting beat up because of coronavirus.
Yeah, that shit was fucked.
Like people, that's what I'm saying is we've achieved a level where we have all this technology, we have all this knowledge, and people are still so stupid. We don't know how to
The
use
internet
it.
was supposed to be the gateway to information. It's not though.
It's not because there's too many
It's really
dummies.
not.
The problem is there's too many fucking dummies dictating. That's what sucks. And I'm sorry, it's the morning. I'm getting frustrated, but but it's just weird to think about it. There's people in camps, bro. They have their the families
Yeah,
that are getting killed.
It's nuts.
And our own fucking leader, we voted for him. You know, he's elected, and he's like, oh well, you know, is it really a genocide, bro? They're fucking killing people, putting people in concentration camps. Stand up for yourself. Do something.
You don't know that. Let's dance.
Yeah, no, we do know that. There's videos. We know that.
I know.
This document. It's not like a conspiracy theory. We know what they're doing. They just don't give a fuck, and no one's stopping them. Like
It's crazy. It's crazy that no one has the courage to stand up to them because of what Phil said. I mean, they control so much of your productivity.
Yeah.
You're questioning every move you make. Oh, should we frustrate them? Oh, this or well, you know. I mean, it is frustrating, but to a certain degree, I mean, you can't mix politics with business, right? Even though they will.
I don't care about the business aspect of it. What I care about is when there's human lives. Like, okay, they fuck you on business deals, whatever. They're a big country. They're gonna do that. All big countries, the states do the same thing. You know, they dominate.
Yeah, business is business.
Yeah, business is business. But dude, when there's people getting slaughtered, come on, man. Second World War, same thing. So many countries, the Pope, they turn the blind eye because they didn't want to deal with it. Like, ooh, that's messy over there, and they let so many people get fucking killed. We keep repeating history. We just let it happen. You know, no one has the balls to stand up. And then when a fight breaks out, because now it's too much, it's too big, then everybody's a hero. Oh yeah, I fought. No, you didn't. When you had a chance to stop it, you didn't. The only time you fought is when you had no fucking choice. When it was for you.
Yeah.
You know?
We're cursed as human beings.
Yeah, we're pieces of garbage.
We're not cursed. We've done this to ourselves. That's
We're
it.
pieces of shit. But they do play on another level, though.
This whole episode has been a bit of a downer. Every time George does the news for real and we allow it, everything just goes straight down the shitter.
No, it was actually a good episode. We had some dancing, By the way, I got because we had the delay. So when I was watching the Trudeau dancing here in Park X, I was like, "Fuck, bro, I miss events." Like, now I want to go to I want to go to the Indian festival and fucking dance because this guy was doing it. Like I want to dance.
Oh, you know what I like that the Indians do when they have their yearly thing.
You like the bread? You like the naan bread?
No. They have.
He loves it.
Yeah.
I love the naan bread, but also they do once a year. You know they have with the colors.
The colors, yeah.
But also they have because
Holy.
they have not their mosque, their temple.
The temple is right next to where you used to live.
Where I used to live, and every year, bro, I'd get on the balcony when they were passing by, and they're doing the parade. But they're doing shows and stunts, bro. I was like, this is crazy. I would sit there and watch, bro. It was amazing.
I miss all that stuff.
Yeah.
Remember?
And they're very nice. They would give apples, fruits to everyone.
Yeah, it's a festival.
Yeah.
That's why he was sitting on the balcony.
No.
Yo, apple over here,
He's like a
brother.
fucking bear. He's like apple.
No, that's not why. But I'm just saying because they're nice. You know what I mean? They're giving out food.
Yeah, it's fun. Festivals are fun. Yeah, we don't give out food. We charge. We're like,
us-
welcome to the Greek festival. It's $47 for souvlaki. People are like, all right, I guess I got to take out another mortgage. I want to go to the festival.
Yeah, we're scumbags, bro.
yeah. We overdo it.
We do.
With the prices. It's a stick. It's $6 today. It's like, God damn it, bro.
Bro,
Stick.
But fuck,
not
that's what it
last-
costs to get a souvlaki in the city right now. It's like $6.
Yeah, but also remember the festival. A lot of the shit was donated too.
Yeah. But not last year. I think before last year.
A lot of the meats and stuff.
What do you mean?
Like they're selling it, let's say for $6-7, but they didn't
Yeah.
pay for the meats. A lot of it was given to them, so they could have charged a reasonable amount and still made
Not the
money.
last couple of years. Now they have that company that they just bring in to do it.
I have no idea. I'm talking about when I was
Yeah.
around.
But also they pull some shady shit remember, so I don't know if it was last year or before last year, there was a festival and there was a coffee shop nearby that could have benefited from the traffic.
Yeah.
And what they did was they had literally installed a truck
In front of the coffee shop.
in front of the line of sight of the festival, so they can't see the other coffee shop, so they buy the coffee at the festival,
Which is more expensive
which
and
is more
worse.
expensive and worse.
Yeah.
So like sneaky, I'm like,
Yeah,
If they had done that and
Why?
it was actually the community's truck and they were making profit, because that's what it is, it's a fundraising event, right?
Yeah.
Then, I mean, okay, to some extent, but they actually hired another company to do it. Think about that. They
What-
paid
what-
someone
Mr.
who
Puffs.
paid them in turn to go make money instead of using the local. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, Mr. Puffs.
Yeah, Puffies. I mean, he's got all right coffee. Fine.
we should take a page from the Indians.
What's that page?
Which page? The colorful one?
No. I mean the fucking Unity page, bro.
What do you mean Unity page? You fucking India's
There's
super
no
separated
unity
too.
in the
There's no
Indian
unity
community.
in India. What the fuck are you
I
talking,
mean,
bro?
here, the community. I mean, I'm talking.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah.
Greeks were always gonna scrap with each other. We're just that's just how we are.
I mean, community-wise here, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about,
Well, look, every community has their internal stuff too. I don't
Yeah,
think
of
that.
course.
Not like we do.
Not like we do.
Fucking church bells showing up 20 years later in a fucking dump.
The Italians are bad too.
Nah.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
Yeah.
The Jewish community, though, I don't know how their
They're
community, if it has scandals or stuff, but we'll never hear about it. They're good at not
Yeah,
talking
Yeah.
about their own
Everything-
shit.
Like behind closed doors, they will destroy each other. But once those doors open, everyone comes out smiling, hugging.
Us, it's
My
different. Us,
dad,
it's,
when my dad was
we'll
in
make
charge
it
of the
public.
community, he used to always tell me we got to be more like them. Look at them. You don't know if they're fighting behind those doors, but as far as we're concerned, they're united. And then you have us, we're like arguing at the fucking table. Like,
And I've been at
gypsies.
that table. Let me tell you, it's it hasn't
too.
been fucking.
It's not a good
Poseidon,
table. It's
let's
like the
plug
kiddie
this
table.
shit. Oh. If you like the garbage you just heard, we're gonna be back on Friday, Wednesdays and Fridays, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The morning show goes live on the Yickety Yickety YouTubes. Also, you can check us out on the Patreon, patreon.com/Pantelis. That's patreon.com/Pantelis. You get exclusive bonus content, you get podcasts early, you get access to movie nights, you get access to In Bed with Poseidon. It's a shit show. Patreon.com/Pantelis. Thank you to the YouTube Mafia. You can also join the YouTube Mafia right here on YouTube. Thank you to those members. We got going from bald to less bald. Coming up first, Phil Balabanos. He's got a podcast every Sunday called Fill My Hole, where he goes around filling gaping crevices in the city. It goes live at 8 in the p.m. as soon as curfew starts here in Montreal. Enjoy it. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. Let him know you love it. Share those podcasts. He's also available to make your commercial. Phil, a renowned, successful, award-winning filmmaker, makes commercials. Some of the highest end, some of the best ones you've seen around this fucking province. He's available for hire. His schedule's a little tight. There's a lot of people demanding his services, but if you could squeeze it in there, pay him right, he'll do it for you. He'll make sure your business doesn't go out of goddamn business. On the other hand, we've got George Chandrizos from the South Shore. Normally, George, he's out there in the mean streets of Brossard beating up ethnics. But when he's not doing that, he's doing podcasts. His hit podcast, the Backstage Podcast, comes back soon. He's going to be hopefully driving around with politicians, asking them hard-hitting questions, the questions that you want to know about. And when he's not doing that,
on my thigh, George.
he's got an award-winning, I gave him the award, I said it's the #1 parent-related podcast on the planet. It is Just Us Dads, a podcast for dads by moms. It's a great show. They talk about their kids. They talk about, the troubles of being a dad in this generation, the internet, how do you hide stuff from your children, how do you beat them with phone books so it doesn't leave marks, because a lot of these fucking teachers are very yappy. A lot of good information in there. It's a lot of fun. They're funny guys that are on there. It's very lighthearted. But while lighthearted, they still give valuable information, because you're listening to people who have had kids, who do have kids, and they're going through it right now. So you can relate. It's COVID,
And they
it's
haven't
kids.
lost the child yet.
Just Us Dads. Links in the description. Follow George, follow Phil, and Poseidon. You can catch him on Twitch. He Twitches almost daily right now. Twitch.tv/ThePoseidon69. He gets on there, plays Call of Duty, and yells at young children. A lot of racial epithets, a lot of slurs are thrown mostly at him by young children. Poseidon has yet to cry in the past week from these cyberbullies, but at some point he's gonna cry again. It just hurts. ThePoseidon69, Twitter and Instagram. Thank you guys.